Number 4 checking in.
They've had all kinds of football players. Aiken's had like small rentals to play Pregame. I know, right? Trust me, that's really important for you right now. That's back. He lost 1,000. Although he probably would have been more upset about it. By then, that was early Thursday. He did it in Carolina a couple of years.
That takes a second. I just want to make sure you're happy.
In that regard, didn't James play Crosstown Lake play basketball.
Yeah, already tested.
Pony up, boys!
Testing 1, 2, 3. Rock the house. We're gonna rock the house tonight.
Testing. Okay. With the music. We're gonna rap along.
They'll put on. If they put on Easy Rock. Rob Bass. I want to rock right now. I'm Eddie G and I came to get down. I'm not internationally known, but I'm known to rock the Aiken zone. I get loose.
This is on YouTube, by the way.
Already?
Yeah.
Never mind. That's my rap.
I didn't even realize what you were doing until I was listening to it.
And it takes two. What? Oh. It's not talking to us.
Yeah, this is going to be the greatest opening ever.
Tell him, don't start us until the intro is over.
Yeah,
intro and start.
2 minutes.
We don't start. No, the intro.
Are you starting with the intro or
Yeah,
are you starting with them?
he's playing the intro first.
I think he's learned. Y'all really have a lot of disagreement throughout.
Are you starting with an intro or are you starting with them?
You said you're disappointed?
I said there's a lot of disagreement in this. South Aiken, Airville, North Augusta, Strom Thurman, Barnwood. Then you find they start disagreeing when you get down there.
I'm going to have a perfect week, so I don't know what he's playing an intro, and then he'll tell us, you'll hear it, and I'll give you the 5, 4, 3, 2. Then you
Good. Maybe the sun will go down behind that building in the next 2 minutes.
Light's great. 1 minute.
It will change here soon. Sure. It's hard not to bop to all of that.
You're a Kendrick Lamar fan?
It's all right.
It's contradictory. 10 seconds. 10 seconds.
Yeah, well, tell him not to start us in the opening. Welcome to the pregame show. We're live at the stomping grounds on the campus of South Aiken High School, where tonight the T-Breads play host to their crosstown rivals, the Aiken High School Fighting Green Hornets, in tonight's Aiken Standard Game of the Week. I'm Ed Jarretto, and along with Aiken Standard sports editor Eric Russell, and you'll see Mike Harris in a little while. He works for Aiken Standard too. We'll be bringing you all the action from this game, and this is a game that has evolved into a little bit of a different thing than what we had over 20 years or so when Aiken was just dominating this series. South Aiken has kind of turned that around.
Yes, the last couple of years it's been a little bit more evenly matched, and obviously coming into this one, both teams are excited this week. Feel like they have a chance to come out and perform well in this game, so it'll be interesting to see who comes out on top.
Now, South Aiken's got the one loss. They lost to White Knoll. Aiken played White Knoll, lost pretty badly. Is that what we're looking at tonight?
You could say that, but then again, it's a rivalry game, so you never really know what to expect. Obviously, those are some results from earlier in the week, but speaking with both coaches, it's also region time, and each team knows that they have to pick it up then, so it will be a little bit of a different feel from earlier in some of those other games.
That's right. This region play now, as these teams get rid of the first season, it's the second season, and it's a new season for Aiken. It doesn't matter that they haven't won a game to this point. They win them all from here. They'll go to the playoffs and play tough. South Aiken, though, doesn't want that to happen. They want to repeat as the champions of this region as they did last year. All right, we're going to take a break, and when we come back, we're going to talk about some of the other games in the area when we return on the pregame show for the Aiken Standard Game of the Week.
Come on in to Bargain Blowout's Furniture, where we have 2 5-piece bedroom sets starting at only $576.
Check the rest.
Buy from the best.
Financing and layaway available. Bargain Blowout's Furniture and Mattress Superstore, next to the Aiken Hospital.
Tyler's Tire and Auto Center, founded in 1963, family owned and operated for 50 years and dedicated to customer service with safety of your family, our top priority. Tyler's Tire is a full-service tire retail, tire repair, and automotive repair facility with ASC certified mechanics. Located in 2 locations, 1019 Richland Avenue West and 1518 Whiskey Road. Let our family take care of yours. Tyler's Tire and Auto Center.
Since 1970, Bragg Heating Company has been keeping Aiken and the surrounding communities comfortable. Our factory-trained staff can keep you on top of the latest in heating and cooling technology, and our complete metal shop allows us to make any specialty piece your home may need. We recommend the best systems for your home: Trane, Carrier, Mitsubishi ductless, and Bosch geothermal systems. We accept most major credit cards and offer financing, so when you need your system maintained, repaired, or replaced, call Bragg Heating Company. We're here to make you comfortable.
Were you recently arrested for driving under the influence? Are you looking for an experienced DUI attorney but don't know where to start? The Chandler Law Firm can help. We know being charged with a DUI is an intimidating and frightening experience. A DUI conviction can lead to fines, court costs, probation, license suspension, and even jail time. Time is of the essence. The sooner you call, the more likely we're able to protect your rights.
You can count on Chandler.
Come on in to Bargain Blowouts Furniture, where we have sofas and love seats starting at only $396.
Check the rest.
Buy from the best.
Financing and layaway available. Bargain Blowouts Furniture and Mattress Superstore, next to the Aiken Hospital.
Welcome back to the pregame show for the Aiken Standard Game of the Week. Tonight, we're on the campus of South Aiken High School on the stomping grounds. We're actually on the track of the stomping grounds, where tonight South Aiken plays host to Aiken High. We'll talk about that game a little bit more a little later, but right now we're going to talk about some of the other games going on in the area. And it's start of region. Midland Valley, they get a new start. They haven't won any games. They get Airport. This is a game they might be able to win.
Well, the interesting thing is in this region, one win could go a long way to making the playoffs, as they saw last year. One win actually got in the playoffs in the region. So this would be a big game for both Airport and Midland Valley, who haven't had the type of season they wanted to have. But if you're coming into this game, a victory can go a long way, and then you get Aiken and everyone down the road, because it's going to be pretty tough to try to pick up your wins later on against South Aiken or North Augusta. So this will be a big one for both teams.
All right. There's 5 teams in this region, and that means every week one of those teams plays out of the region. So North Augusta doesn't start in the region. They're the team. They're playing Lower Richland tonight.
Yes, they have a little drive ahead of them, but I think the offense will keep rolling the way it has been. I don't see Lower Richland having anything that's going to slow them down or stop that momentum that they have. The offense has been playing well, the defense has been playing well, and they're coming off a big rivalry win of their own over Strom Thurmond last week, so they'll continue that momentum.
Yeah, Strom Thurmond played them tough.
Yeah.
Faded a little at the end, and Washington is proven to be as good as you and Ken have talked about all season.
Yes, he has proven to be good. Every week he's come out and put up big numbers. Last week it was actually Darius Gibson that got the job done for them, kind of a 200-plus yard performance. It was actually our player of the week last week. So if they get more balance like that, they shouldn't have any problem with Lower Richland.
Now here's something that we don't usually say. Strom Thurmond has lost 2 games in a row. And they play tonight. Edisto is actually at Strom Thurmond. So what's the chances of Strom Thurmond breaking this streak?
I think there's good chances of them breaking the streak. One thing to watch out for, however, is that their quarterback, Quan Harris, the sophomore, got injured a little bit in the North Augusta game, and Tyreek Williams actually came in and finished that one off for them. And Quan Harris will not be back tonight. I don't know if it's so much of the injury or since it's Edisto, he kind of decided to hold him out for another week, but he won't be there. Tyreek Williams will be in the lineup as starting quarterback, but I don't think they lose that much. Tyreek can run the ball really well. He's a load to bring down also, so that plays to their advantage. I just don't think Edisto is going to have enough horses in the stable to slow them down.
Speaking of horses, the War Horses of Barnwell, they're rolling along. They have to travel to Calhoun County. What are the chances that they get thrown off of the horse?
Well, it's not been Calhoun County's year this year. Let's put it like that. So I think Barnwell will continue rolling as well. Calhoun County's been down a little bit this year. Barnwell has those that great tandem of backs in Michael Lee and Brandon Harvey, and the defense has also held its own this year. So I don't really see them having that much difficulty. Like I said, they line up in that wishbone and kind of do what they do each week, and have been very effective with that so far.
Now, Silver Bluff has made a strong little push here. They've looked good the last couple of weeks, got some wins. They got to travel to a tough opponent. Bamberg Earhart, they're always strong.
They are, and interestingly enough, the pick staff has been a little mixed on this one this week. Some of us think Bamberg will get it out, and some of us think some of us think that Silver Bluff will be able to pull it out. So it'll be interesting to see if Silver Bluff can continue to play defense the way they have been playing throughout this season, because that's really been what has been holding them up. And then the offense has performed pretty well and starting to roll. They've discovered, or the emergence of Jimmy Foreman a little bit more there has helped them out on the offensive side.
And the PA announcer has come on the air. They've got a new PA system here at South Aiken. Back when I used to run the PA, I think we had like this little box with a string, and I yelled into it all the time. That thing is loud. That was pretty impressive there. All right, Fox Creek's at C.A. Johnson. Fox Creek hammered C.A. Johnson last year.
They did, and I think they're looking to do more of the same this year. Obviously, when I spoke with Quentin earlier this week, he said as long as they continue doing what they're doing and limit the mistakes on offense, the turnovers that they dealt with a little bit earlier in the season, they should be good, and he doesn't think anyone can really compete with them too much if they do that. So coming out, they'll depend on Cam Mitchum a lot more and try to slow down C.A. Johnson on the defensive side of the ball, and it should be a good night for them.
All right, now the game this week, that's the game that I wish I was there. Now, I wouldn't be anywhere but Aiken, South Aiken. The one year we missed it, I was pretty ticked off, but we're in the place where we need to be. But Williston is at Wagner Sally. We were at Williston last week. I think Williston has a team that can really give Wagner Sally fits.
Yeah, I believe that's the case. And but one interesting thing is this year, Wagner, they feel like they have a pretty good chance of getting back in the win column in this series. They have not picked up a win in a long time in this series, and they feel like this year it's a good chance to get to play at home and kind of put whoever wins this is going to be in the driver's seat in the region and will likely go on to win the region. So it's a big game to early in region play for both teams. I think we'll see a lot of running in this game. Both teams like to run the ball, and both teams have a strong defense. Obviously, Wagner Sally has really relied on their defense early on and has been limiting what teams can do. So they'll continue to try to do that this week, and I think Wagner will actually come out with a victory this time.
The Highway 39 series, as they travel back and forth between Barnwell County into Aiken County and play this game. Wagner Sally's a really good football team. I'd love to see this one, though. Whitmire is who we got to see Wagner Sally play. I'd love to see Williston and see how this game goes tonight, and it'll be a good one. All right, the other game, then one more game, Denmark is at Ridge Spring.
Yeah, Denmark's at Ridge Spring. After what we saw from Ridge Spring last week, a strong performance against Williston, who's a strong team in the region. I think Ridge Spring will come out and play some solid offense and defense again. The defense really stood up strong last week. They'll be looking for more of that this week against a Denmark-Olar team that doesn't generally factor too much into the region, so they should come out with a victory in this one.
Very impressed with Ridge Spring's defense last week. They played tough, and they may bounce back and get a good win against Denmark. All right, that's the games in the area. We are at the stomping grounds of South Aiken High School for tonight's Crosstown rivalry of Aiken and South Aiken. We'll take a break and we'll come back and we'll talk a little bit more about this game tonight when we return on the Aiken Standard pregame show for the Game of the Week.
Whether you volunteer your time, make a donation, or both, giving back to our community is what makes Aiken so strong. It's the spirit of a great city. Each year, Aiken Regional employees donate thousands of man-hours and dollars to local charities and nonprofits, and the hospital sets aside $100,000 as well. We're committed to giving back and paying it forward.
Here at Bargain Blount's Furniture, we have queen mattress sets starting at only $199.
Check the rest.
Buy from the best.
Financing and layaway available. Bargain Blowout's Furniture and Mattress Superstore, next to the Aiken Hospital.
There's nothing more painful than seeing a family member who has lost someone they love. It could be from a car, truck, or motorcycle accident, even a drunk driver. We can't bring back your loved one, but the Chandler Law Firm can help your family get the support you deserve. If your loved one dies because of someone else's negligence, it's called wrongful death. No one can put a price on someone's life, but we can help protect the family's future.
For a legal consultation, contact thechandlerlawfirm.com.
Here at Just Julie's, we aren't your typical sub shop. All of our meats and cheeses are cut fresh, and we have a wider variety of menu items. We're happy to create new items to suit your many desires, which means custom orders that you won't find anywhere else. We've been a part of the Aiken community for over 35 years, so come and see us for lunch or dinner. You won't be disappointed. Our sandwiches, salads, and customer service can't be beat. Just Julie's, Pine Log Road in the Staples Shopping Center across from Kroger.
Here at Bargain Blowouts, we have 5-piece dinettes starting at only $199.
Check the rest.
Buy from the best.
Financing and layaway available. Bargain Blowouts Furniture and Mattress Superstore, next to the Aiken Hospital.
Welcome back to the pregame show and the Aiken Standard Game of the Week. Tonight, Aiken High has traveled across town to challenge South Aiken, the T-Breads, against the Fighting Green Hornets in tonight's Game of the Week. And we're going to talk a little bit about Aiken and South Aiken. South Aiken we saw earlier. We saw them against Westside. Had a good win. Seen their players play. Aiken now we don't quite know as much about. We haven't seen them play. This will be our first time Game of the Week seeing Aiken. I saw them at the Jamboree. We sat on the field and got a little bit of that. And Jeremiah Green, I think, is an important player in this.
Yeah, he definitely will be a big part of the Aiken offense. Actually, I got a chance to see them in one of our games. Since one of our games got canceled, I got a chance to watch Aiken at Richmond Academy one Friday night. And that was actually when Jeremiah Green kind of started to get back in form, and had a big game for them. And that run game kind of got going a little bit. And obviously, Coach Montgomery talked this week about that being some part of his play calling and part of the kids just kind of getting used to the system and the offensive line coming around. So he feels like they'll be able to get some things done in the run game again tonight, and that's something they'll have to rely on tonight and throughout region play.
Now, Aiken High normally starts Wallace at quarterback, but I understand that we'll see more than one quarterback.
We will likely see more than one quarterback again tonight. Obviously, over the past couple of weeks, Wallace and Quindarius Corley have been splitting some time back there. They both can throw the ball a little bit, obviously. Kind of is whoever has the hot hand at the moment, and Montgomery rolls with them. Wallace is listed as the starter, but don't be surprised if you see Quindarius Corley back there throwing the ball a little bit tonight.
They're still an oriented run team. They've always been pretty much a run team, pass when they had to.
Well, I think it's a little more balanced. I would say it slightly leans a little bit more towards the pass, actually. Or early on in the season, you might see tonight that he kind of switches it up and kind of relies more heavily on the run, because a big part of the game plan will probably be trying to control the time of possession to keep the ball out of the South Aiken offense's hands. But they also have to contend with a tough defense on the South Aiken side. So all of that is easier said than done.
All right, now we had a nice article in the paper this week about Eric Stroman. We remember Big E when he was playing here at Aiken High, and those were some good Aiken High teams back in the early 90s, I believe it was. And now his son, Little E, who's not too little.
He's also on the defensive line there. He's one of the leaders on that side of the ball. Coach Montgomery said he wished he had 100 kids like him. Gives 110% effort. So he kind of anchors that line and is one of the leaders over there. So expect to see him in the backfield a little bit and making plays on that side of the ball. And they're going to need a lot from him and everyone on defense to slow kind of that South Aiken offense that's been running and passing the ball well in recent weeks.
Right, and so that sort of takes us to South Aiken. And South Aiken start with their quarterback, Cody Boynton. He's a good, solid quarterback.
He is. He doesn't make the mistakes. That's a big part about playing at quarterback. He likes to. He's kind of cerebral in his game, and he also kind of can find the open receiver. And obviously, he has several receivers he can go to with Deshaun Kitchings, Jesse Sanders, who is also the backup quarterback, but he is out wide whenever Cody is in there quarterback. And then you have the ability to just turn around and hand it off to Chris Roberts, which works wonders for them most times. So they should be a tough team to stop for the Aiken defense tonight. Let's put it like that.
Absolutely. Chris Roberts, tough runner, sort of deceptive in speed. He's fast, but he's really strong inside. Tough to bring him down. Breaks a lot of tackles.
He does, and that comes into play a lot in the screen game. Sometimes they'll dump it out to him in the screen game, and you'll realize just how fast he is when he gets out on the edge. So I think Aiken's going to have to swarm to the ball and kind of gang tackle to kind of slow him down throughout the night.
And we saw Kitchens in the Jamboree. They ran one play to Roberts, backed up and threw a long pass for a touchdown in the Jamboree. We saw Kitchens make some big plays up against Westside, and we saw him earlier in the year. And Sanders got a nice catch for a touchdown early on that helped South Aiken get the lead and go on to win. Their wide receivers are very good, as you pointed out.
Yeah, they definitely are. Obviously, you spoke about it. Sanders can go out there and make plays happen out wide. He got them started and kind of ignited the offense. And then at one point later on in the game, we saw on the drive there close to the end of the half, they just went to Kitchens 3 straight times, and there was nothing Westside could do about it. So he's just that kind of athlete. You can know what's going to him, but he's still going to make something happen with the ball.
Now on defense, remember number 33 on defense for South Aiken, Reed Bowen. He was all over the field, side to side, making tackles, recovered a fumble, ran it back, didn't get a touchdown, but got close, set South Aiken up, made a big play. I think he had an interception in that game too.
Yeah, that group of linebackers really gets after it, starting with Reed Bowen. You have Jared Pascal, DJ Parker, all out there that kind of fly around to the ball. You can always see those names among the leaders in the area and tackles, and they really set the tone for the rest of the defense. And they have a solid line and a strong group of DBs as well, so it's really big in each level for them.
What type of kickers do we have tonight, too? Kickers.
They're both solid kickers. Obviously, Marion Sanders can get the job done for South Aiken, and Austin McKay does the kicking for Aiken, and they both have had pretty solid years this season so far.
So special teams, very strong. South Aiken going to try to put some points on the board, some extra ones, and keep things ahead. Well, the band's walking out here on the field playing their drum, and I got to believe that we're only moments away from our national anthem. I imagine everybody will be standing here at South Aiken tonight, don't you believe? Hopefully so. And from a standpoint of from there, we're only moments away from a kickoff. So stay tuned. We'll be back with the Game of the Week here, the Aiken Standard Game of the Week at Aiken High School. We'll be right back.
What's the foundation for a great community? I'd say it's being there for your neighbors during the best of times and the worst of times. We have a hospital that does just that. Aiken Regional Medical Centers provides over $72 million a year in uncompensated care for those in need. I call that neighbors caring for neighbors.
Were you hurt on the job? Are you trying to keep your work comp payments? Do you feel like no one is listening? Your employer, the company doctor, the insurance company? Well, we're listening. Our workers' compensation team has helped hundreds of injured South Carolinians. Call us now and let us listen to you. For a free consultation, call 803-644-5335 or visit thechandlerlawfirm.com.
You can count on Chandler.
At Lionel Smith Limited, we can help you look your best no matter what the season. For fall and winter of 2017, we have the area's best collection of suits and sports jackets, a huge selection of those famous hand-picked Smitty ties, unique sportswear, outerwear, sweaters, made-to-measure shirts, suits and coats, socks, underwear, and lots more. New merchandise is arriving daily, so to see all the latest in men's fashions, see us at Lionel Smith Limited. Lionel Smith, limited to only the finest in men's clothing.
Yeah, right.
It's an unbelievable price, huh?
I'll say. What about the dock fees?
Here at Satcher Ford, we never charge dock fees.
How about the closing fees?
Nope. The price you see is the price you pay here at Satcher Ford.
Okay, we'll see about that.
At Satcher Ford, you're always going to pay the price you're quoted. No dock fees, no surprises.
Wow, you weren't kidding. No extra fees. I'll take it.
Thank you. Thanks, Chris. I'll see you. All right, have a good one.
Ladies and gentlemen, your South Aiken Thoroughbred Marching Band will be entertained by the halftime drum.
Stay on camera.
Special thanks to Carolina and Canada Street and
What's that?
You're looking live at the Stomping Grounds at South Aiken High School, where tonight the South Aiken High School Thoroughbreds play host to the Fighting Green Hornets of Aiken High. Good evening, everybody. I'm Ed Gerardo, and along with our color analyst, Mike Harris, and Eric Russell, who runs them up and down the sidelines, we bring you tonight's Aiken Standards Game of the Week, and this is a good one, Crosstown rivalry. I'm sure you're familiar with other Crosstown rivalries that you've dealt with.
Oh yeah, throughout Florida and Louisiana. I remember the big St. Augustine McDonough 35 games back in Louisiana, New Orleans, when Leonard Fournette played for St. Augustine. Remember going all the way back. I can go back way back to the 80s and 90s and games that we played. I covered in Lake County, Florida, with South Sumter and Wildwood. Just the two teams were the only teams in the county, so they were big-time rivals. So I'm happy to be here. And we got the Stomping Grounds. I love the name of the stadium. Just love the name of it.
Yeah, that's a Dan Pippin name that he came up when he was here as the head coach. Called it the Stomping Grounds before they stomped many people, but he was determined that they would. And by gosh, it took a while, and they're doing it now. It's an interesting rivalry. It's a rivalry that Aiken High dominated for the most part. This came about in 1981, and Aiken High split into South Aiken and Aiken. You had Midland Valley that ended up at that same time in Silver Bluff back to the south, and it cut down on the schools and different players who'd always played at Aiken High now were playing at other schools. And that rivalry in the 80s went back and forth. South Aiken won quite a few of those, but then the 90s and the early 2000s was just dominated by Aiken High. I think they won 20-something straight games, regular season and playoffs. They met in the playoffs, and some of them were really, really close games, but Aiken just had South Aiken's number. And that's turned around a little bit now. South Aiken is a much better team. They've got things rolling here. Had a great season last year, lost only one game in the regular season. They've only lost one game this year. Aiken's still looking for their first win. So a lot on the line. It's the first game of region play.
Oh, okay.
So this is an important game to both of them. Aiken's starting over. They've got a chance to do something and get a win. And you know that Coach Montgomery in his first season at Aiken is trying to get that going.
Well, they're 0-5, but it would be nice if they get a win here. It would not only get their first win of the season, and Coach Montgomery's first win, but it would also stop an 11-game winning streak at home for South Aiken, too.
It'll be tough. South Aiken's got some horses, and they're getting the captains out there right now. And the captains are Kitchens, number 1, 33, Reed Boland, 6 is Chris Roberts. And those along there, those are some of the mainstays for South Aiken. And number 10 is DJ Parker, another linebacker, along with Reed Boland. So they're going to go out to midfield for the coin toss, and we're not too far away from getting started here.
Yeah, I wanted to see Chris Roberts. I've heard a little bit about him when I came up here, and Boy, just looking at him, he's got legs like the trunks of some of the oak trees around here in Aiken County. So he's a big kid.
He's a built young man. He came up and spoke to me before the game. I was talking to Eddie Buck, who was my head coach when I was at Aiken High back in the late 70s. And he's now here at South Aiken, been at South Aiken for a while. And Chris came over to speak to both of us. And he's not extremely tall, but he is a tree stump.
Right.
Tough.
Reminds me of kind of the size of Dalvin Cook or something like that, Florida State, or one of those types of big guys with blocky type guys, just run over people.
Looking over there, they use the big guys as their captains over there at South Aiken and get a shot of them again. But number 58 is Eric Stroman. We talked about him in the opening. Eric's dad, Eric Stroman, played back in the early 90s for Aiken High on some really great Aiken High School teams. Number 62 is Omar Simmons, one of the offensive linemen and defensive linemen, and also Kobe Quiller is another one. So they'll be walking to midfield to meet the South Aiken captains. Aiken, not a big group of football players on this team. Aiken, I would say, has about 20, maybe 25 members here tonight dressed out for this game. And you were making the comment earlier that South Aiken looked like a small college team.
Yeah, they small. They look like Michigan or something like that with the amount of players they had. I mean, they had a ton. I think they got a bigger roster in South Carolina.
They start ringing the bells here at South Aiken for the big entrance. Cue the bells.
Cue the AC/DC music.
I started doing that back in the early 2000s when I was the PA announcer here, and I kind of introduced the idea of playing music and interjecting some of that. They do a great job of that here at South Aiken now. Corey Burns is the PA announcer. He does a good job. And if I remember correctly, South Aiken walks in a little bit like Remember the Titans, if you remember that.
Right. No, I remember that.
Locked arm in arm, headed to the field. So here comes South Aiken through the big entrance. And as you see, there's a bunch of them. And I'd say they probably have dressed tonight somewhere along the lines of 50 to 60 players.
Right.
So twice as many, at least, as Aiken has.
If they have 60 players dressed, that's more than an NFL team.
Not that they'll need all those players or will play all those players.
Well, you don't know. You don't know what the score is going to be. And you watched the Packers and the Bears yesterday. The Packers were losing players left and right. So you never know about some of them that have to play.
And the Aiken High visitors, which they're filling up the visitors side over there. They've got the 2 extra stands out tonight for South Aiken on the visitors side, and they've got new restrooms and a concession stand that they don't have to come over here and mix it up and pack all into one corner. So that's kind of nice too. The school board got together and helped them raise the funds, and it's very nice over there for the visiting schools as opposed to nothing at all, which is what they had before.
No, this is an outstanding crowd today. I was forewarned that it was going to be a big crowd, and they didn't disappoint. There's a lot of people here. It's enjoyable to see that.
Well,
we're still
taking their time getting the captains to midfield. We're still waiting for that. And
this may go on longer than the lightning delay we had last week. Of course, maybe not.
Hopefully we won't have a bunch of players with cramps and officials getting in huddles and discussing.
That was a wild game if anyone saw our broadcast of the Williston-Elko game.
It certainly took a long time to get through that second half. It started so late between the players, but they have sent the players to midfield, and they're going to have the coin toss. The South Aiken players are all packed in the huddle, but behind the sign, ready to run through. as the Aiken band cranks up The Horse. The Horse is the fight song.
The Horse?
It's ironic. Aiken High's fight song has always been The Horse.
Aiken High has been The Horse.
Aiken High.
South Aiken is the Thoroughbreds.
It's the Thoroughbreds, and they're the Fighting Green. Aiken High is always the Fighting Green Hornets. But when I was in high school, the fight song, The Horse. So, and I don't think Aiken High is going to give it away to the T-Birds so that they can have it.
Wow. Okay, well, you learn something when you come up here.
Great crowd. It's packed over here on the South Aiken side.
By the way, we talked about it. I'm going to give a weather report. There is no lightning here. However, my wife did text me from from Fort Myers, where I came up from a couple weeks ago. And guess what? It's lightning and raining. It's Friday night in Fort Myers as normal. So all games are going to be delayed down there. So be happy that you're here. And it does look like most of the city is here. So.
But for those of you who might have missed it last week, we were in Williston and had a lightning delay of 1 hour and 45 minutes. So we are thrilled that the weather is perfect. It's a little warm up here in the booth, but not too bad in the weather outside. And you still have time to get out here. If you're at home and you're thinking about it, come on out. There's still room for you. You can find a seat. Here come the T-Birds. Now, I tell you, my experience from my days and from having watched high school football for a long time, fear the teams with small rosters. You never know. You just never know, and they get ticked off, and the camaraderie that it creates. I played on a team in junior high school that was 20 players, and we didn't lose a game. So it was the toughest kids. Definitely played for Ben Chavis back in the day at Aiken Junior High. That was quite a tough experience from a little kid point of view of what we were tough.
I've seen a lot of games where towns from small towns in Florida, and yeah, they were always like South Sumter that I mentioned earlier. They were always a monster program down there, and they for a small school, they always did really well in the state playoffs.
Austin McKay leads the kicking team out. He'll be kicking off for the Hornets. Back to receive for the T-Birds. I believe that is Draw Patterson, one of the wide receivers. And not 100% sure, but I think Chris Roberts may be on the far side. Or Kitchens, one or the other. A single-digit number.
Kitchens is over here, right? No, Dre Patterson is here.
Yeah, Kitchens is on the far side. It's number one. He turned and faced. And they're expecting a short kick, so they've walked up to the 10. Now they back up a step. And let's see where McKay sends it. He sends it deep, and this is going to be Kitchens. Kitchens receives. Makes a man miss, and now he's in the open. He may go all the way. He's got a kicker to beat, and he's got a blocker in front of him. He stands up. He gets through. Makes a man miss. He's still on his feet. To the 10. Found. Touchdown. South Aiken opens with a 95-yard kickoff return. Kitchens takes it home.
They say sometimes you do one too many jukes when you get the ball, but he did the right amount and got through it and got the corner, the edge, and ran down the far or close near sideline. Yeah. Hey, I'm a rookie. All right.
Deshaun Kitchens took it the distance, and I believe that was Draw Patterson. Draw Patterson sort of got lost in the opening, and he turned around and took off and got in front of him and helped lead the way. The kick is no good. That's never good to miss that extra point to start off. That's always a bad omen. But South Aiken takes a quick lead. They take 12, make that 17 seconds off the clock, and they lead 6-0 over Aiken High School. Can't assume that extra thing. 92 yards was the return. And that was an exciting start. That got the fans buzzing.
He had that one move down here near the 20, got free, and then he really faked out whoever. He was able to stay upright and take it in about from another 25 yards at the end.
Yeah, when the pack caught him, you thought they would swarm over him.
Right.
Somehow he stayed up and got through it, turned the jets on again, and got in. And he'll go take a breather. He's sitting on the bench right next to Patterson, who led the way. Both of them took a long run. All right.
With starts like that, it's less rushing yards for Chris Roberts.
DeAndre Bynum. No, that's not DeAndre Bynum. That's turned upside down. That's Marin Sanders kicking. This is inside the 5. And going to be caught from behind. That's number 14, Stevan Porter. He couldn't get outside to the edge, and he's brought down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line. That'll be Chandler Law Firm, 1st and 10 for Aiken High.
And that was Reed Boland on that tackle. That was a really, chase him down. That was a really great tackle.
So Reed, not only leading the way on defense, he leads the way on the special teams on the kickoffs, gets down and makes the tackle. And you'll be impressed with him. He'll be all over the field.
Looks like it already. Just after one play.
And he'll play a little fullback every once in a while as well. All right, first time to see Aiken. Shotgun. Handoff. Spins the man around, no gain, maybe lost a yard.
Obviously going to be a big.
Corey Wallace is the starting quarterback for Aiken. I heard sometimes they use 2 of them.
They'll use at least 2 and may go with 3. Just depends on the situation. He'll stand up and pass, going to hit his man. That's caught out over the 15 to the 16, and it's caught by DeAndre Bynum.
Nice little sat in the zone and nice little pass. They can keep going like that, it'll be just fine.
They're going to be about a yard short of the first down. In fact, the referee taking a good hard look, and he may call for the chain.
Yep. It looked to me like he got it.
The Booster Club plays an important role in your son or daughter's high school athletic experience by providing organizing and staffing support for your events and activities. Support the South Aiken High School Athletic Booster Club.
Either way, it'll be going in. It'll be 3rd down or 1st.
Yeah, it's right at it. Oh, that's about as close as it gets. It looks like the nose of the football is on the sticks, which would be a 1st down. Wow. Referee can't make up his mind.
What, are you going to slide a quarter in?
1st down.
Okay.
I was going to say, the ball, if it hits the stick, if it touches the stick, it's a 1st down. It was on the stick, so it took them a second, but they got it right. And Aiken High has their first. Chandler Law Firm, 1st and 10. It's the ball's at the 16-yard line. So as we said, in my experience with Aiken High School is that they throw the ball secondary to their run, but that pass gets them a 1st down. 3 split wide to the right. 1 to the left, got a back lined up next to Wallace. Corey Wallace starts at quarterback. Jeremiah Green is the running back next to him. And he hands off to Green. Green fights hard, gets away, but going to be stopped short of the original line of scrimmage. I think he's going to lose a yard. It'll be 2nd down and 11.
South Aiken was swarming all over that one.
I believe South Aiken will load the box and make Aiken beat him passing the ball. Jeremiah Green's got some speed. He's had some good nights this season. You know they'd like to get him into open field.
No, he's going to take it. That is not going to work.
Quarterback keeper, he stepped in, then tried to step out and could not
Tyler Laird on the tackle.
Got back there fast.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think he was sitting back there before they snapped the ball. It just seemed like it.
As well as the band boosters and the spirit wear tent.
A loss of 6 yards. It's going to be 3rd down and 17. So a big 3rd down play here, deep in their own territory for the Green Hornets. The fake going to run inside and
another
falls
sack.
down. So another sack for the South Aiken team. Aiken comes back to the original line of scrimmage where it'll be 4th and 20. Punting situation. South Aiken should get good field position.
It looked like he was going to try and dash out of the pocket a little bit, but he just kind of got tripped up.
Back for the punt is number 2, Dre Patterson, and number 1 is Sean Kitchen.
Same 2 back for South Aiken. Patterson.
No.
And 13, not Kitchens, so that's McKeever deep for South Aiken. McKay to punt. Gets the snap, gets the kick away. Low line drive.
That's going out of bounds.
That's going out of bounds on the Aiken sidelines. And that's going to set up South Aiken well within
32
Hornet territory at the 31-yard line.
Now here's the difference between Williston Elko and South Aiken from last week. Hash marks on the field.
Yes.
That helps us.
Oh, yeah. From one field to the next in high school football.
It's a dice roll.
And lighting, too.
Yeah, it's a dice roll.
All right, the first time we get to see Cody Bowington as he comes out, leads his South Aiken team. At quarterback, Chris Roberts lines up behind him in the pistol formation. Hand off to Roberts. Roberts finds some room. No, Boynton kept it. He's got a man
got wide open.
Touchdown. Fooled me.
Fooled everybody.
And that was number 4, Camonte Green, all by himself. Boynton faked the handoff, rolled to his left, and threw a strike. That was an impressive throw to be moving on the run and make that throw and make it perfect.
Beautiful pass. He really faked out everybody, including Aiken, by thinking they were going with Chris Roberts. And there you go.
The officials are meeting midfield. He may have crossed the line of scrimmage. I think that's what the discussion is, because it looks like a flag down around the 30-yard line. Let's see what the call is. I believe he's talking, but he gave us no hand signals at all.
All the teams are coming back, so
it's going to be against South Aiken, and I believe that'll be going past the line of scrimmage. Illegal forward pass, so he did get past the line of scrimmage. I'm not sure that that's what the call was, but anyway, that's a 10-yard walk-off.
No, 5.
5 yards, you're right.
It should be, I believe, it's been a long time since I've seen an illegal forward pass. Isn't that a loss of down?
You would think so. Now, if it was actually a legal receiver downfield, then
it is a loss
second
down.
Lost down. All right, second down. Now they hand off to Roberts. Roberts fights through, gets across the 30. They may spot him right at the 30-yard line. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 9. So the penalty wipes the score off the scoreboard. And now 3rd and long, and Aiken may be able to dodge a bullet if they can stop them here. It may be 4-down territory too. That's going to be to Roberts. Well, Roberts turned around and he was not open, and Boynton held on to the ball and gets sacked. So Aiken is going to hold. I'm sure South Aiken will punt. Boynton is the punter for South Aiken, because he was dropped for a 10-yard loss back to the 40.
That was Alex Thomas on the tackle.
That was a little wheel route, and it looked to me like Roberts didn't get enough depth to his right, and he had no lane to throw it to him. And he may have been covered as well. So Aiken dodges a bullet as the touchdown comes out of the end zone. They bring it back, and they hold on and force South Aiken to punt. And this is going to go over the head and into the end zone. That'll be a touchback. Ball will be brought out to the 20-yard line. Chandler Law Firm 1st and 10 for Aiken High. And that's pretty important.
Taking that money.
South Aiken comes down, scores that second touchdown that quick, that easy. And Aiken's going to start hanging their heads a little bit. Now, got a little momentum. They come out to the
excuse you. Not only did the penalty help, but it also, that sack really got them the momentum they needed to kind of maybe, hopefully for them, turn it around.
So it brings the ball out to the 20-yard line as opposed to being inside the 10. They were deep to the 6. So the punts, they gain 14 yards on the exchange. Handoff. Green finds nowhere to go.
And then there's the South Aiken defense. Now we got a flag that just popped out late.
Tackle in the backfield. Flag on the play.
See what that one is. I didn't see. It was something in the scrum.
And DJ Parker has to come out of the game. His helmet came off. So he has to sit out of play. Don't know if he was involved in the penalty.
It's against South Aiken.
Personal foul for South Aiken.
Personal foul, so 15 yards. It must have been a late hit, as you pointed out.
Right. Well, that helps Aiken again.
They walk off 15. They were at the 20. I don't know how it's a 10-yard walk-off to the 30.
I think they're doing it from the spot of the foul, and he lost 15, or lost 5 to the 15.
That must be it. Anyway, it was a Chandler Law Firm first down. Aiken on another run, and the South Aiken defense knocks him down.
Of course, it's always the mysterious world of high school referees, you know.
Loss of a yard, second down and 11. Aiken finding the rushing lanes tough to find.
Now they have one first down. They use the pass to do that, and that was a good little sit in the zone pass. Got some yards after the carry.
Going to roll to his right. Throws.
Oh, and he threw it right.
It's intercepted. So the interception's by Garrett Pascal, and that's going to set South Aiken up with the Chandler Law Firm 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
That is one of those ill-advised throws, and who advised him to throw that, we don't know, but he threw that right to him.
Look at the replay. The Smitty, did you see that replay? There's Roberts. Roberts bowls a man over, picks up about 3 yards. Be second down and 7. So South Aiken got on the board as they returned the opening kickoff, 92 yards for a touchdown. They lead 6-0. They had a touchdown taken off the board on their first real possession. Roberts. And now they're driving to try to get that second touchdown. Chris Roberts moves inside the 25 to the 24. That'll move the chains. Chandler Law Firm 1st and 10.
He had a nice hole through the middle there. Offensive line doing a heck of a job right there. First player to touch him was 8 yards up the field.
Rolls, throws.
Whoops, did not escape that
Keever
one.
went in motion, and that's who they threw to.
Electrical Services specializes in electrical installation.
Not much pickup on that play.
if anything.
We'll give them 3 yards. We'll give them 2. 2nd down and 8.
Electrical Services.
Hands off Roberts. Roberts fights, picks up some tough yardage. Gets to the 20-yard line and bring up 3rd down. 3rd down and a long 5.
Aiken defense isn't doing too bad. They, with the exception of the 8-yard gain or 9-yard gain that Chris Roberts had, they've been holding off.
Big 3rd down play as they try to hold South Aiken here. Again, this may be 4-down territory, and they may see Chris Roberts twice try to pick up these last few yards. Now he's going to throw. Got a man. That's McKeever. McKeever gets down inside the 10 to the 6. Now to move the sticks. Chandler Law Firm 1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
Best way to throw off a defense, do a little play action, a little slant, everything works.
Nice little slant, sat down. Boynton hit him easy. And here comes Roberts. Roberts hit hard. He gets to the 5, may have crossed the 5 to the 4. Now they stop the clock.
One of those Aiken players lost his helmet.
He'll head to the sidelines. Looks like he picked up a yard. 2nd and goal from the 5.
For all brands, one-stop mobile repair shop. For all your gadgets, stay mobile.
Comes a jet sweep. Got some blockers out there. Oh, he turned back out. Looked like the hole was to his right. Aiken makes a big defensive play and knocks him down right at the 5. Patterson looked like if he kept to the right, he had some.
Just turn it in, and it looked like he could have had it.
As we look at it again, it looks like if he went right there behind his blocker, he could have made it on the way in, but he came outside, and as it is, he may have, we'll call it no gain. 3rd down and goal from the 5. A delay handoff on the draw, sprint draw, and Roberts takes it in for the touchdown. T-Bread's 2nd touchdown of the game. They're on the board, 12-0. Let's see if they go for 1 or 2. I believe they're going to go for 2. So they'll set it down at the 3-yard line, and South Aiken will try to get that point they lost on the missed extra point.
It's almost like that was a draw counter. Offensive line was going one way, and he went the other.
Was it. Good call. Man in motion. Going to roll that way. Throws to him is incomplete. So the extra points aren't getting on the board for South Aiken, but South Aiken leads 12-0 here in the 1st quarter against Aiken High in the Aiken Standard Game of the Week. We'll be right back.
Come on in to Bargain Block Furniture, where we have 2 5-piece bedroom sets starting at only $576.
Take the rest.
Buy from the best.
Financing and layaway available. Bargain Blowouts Furniture and Mattress Superstore, next to the Aiken Hospital.
Tyler's Tire and Auto Center, founded in 1963, family owned and operated for 50 years and dedicated to customer service with safety of your family, our top priority. Tyler's Tire is a full-service tire retail, tire repair, and automotive repair facility with ASC certified mechanics. Located in 2 locations, 1019 Richland Avenue West and 1518 Whiskey Road. Let our family take care of yours. Tyler's Tire and Auto Center.
Tyler Tire end zone twice tonight. They lead 12-0 as they couldn't make good on the extra points, but with 2:10 left to go in the 1st quarter, South Aiken leads in this rivalry game against Aiken High.
And I think trying to get a running going for Aiken has been kind of tough sledding, so they probably need to get some passing going to see. But of course, last time they had the ball, it was intercepted. So they need to find some sort of answer.
Maybe get into the short game and throw screen passes, try to offset what South Aiken's doing, because they're just killing them along the line of scrimmage.
Right. Of course, it might help too. If they see what they can do on this kickoff, maybe they can get some field position out of it, and maybe they can go to work.
Marin Sanders on the kick for South Aiken. Well, they're blowing the whistle. I believe that somebody got ahead of the football.
Yep.
And they'll back it up 5 yards and kick it again. And back in the old days, you'd kick it and you'd run it down the field. And if you wanted the run back, you'd keep it.
That's right.
They wouldn't blow it dead, but we don't need that kind of excitement.
No, because then somebody will return and it's called back because, although they would probably decline that penalty in that case.
We'll try it again. Porter and Green deep to receive.
No, he pooched it.
Little short kick, fielded at the 30, and now they're going to say he caught it on his knee.
Yep.
He may have thrown his hand up too. At any rate, that's going to be Chandler Law Firm 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line for Aiken.
Yep.
Aiken needs to move the ball either this way or back way. They're right in front of this post.
Yeah, if you don't know, Ed's got a big pole right in front of him. He's bouncing back and forth like a tennis match here around this pole.
Have to lean to the left and lean to the right.
I'm actually doing okay. I can see perfectly.
That's because it's in the right spot for you. Wait till it gets down in this inside.
Yeah, now I'm going to lean and you're going to be, Mike, move your head.
No, you'll be all right. We'll be good.
Move your dome.
Wallace continues at quarterback for Aiken High. Little handoff.
And he's going to be
able to elude Reed Boland, who came up very quick in the hole. Looked like he was going to drop him for a loss.
But he slowed him down enough where it's not going to be any gain. So,
but they get back to the line of scrimmage, maybe lost a yard. And that's been the MO for Aiken tonight. Run their first down play and lose a yard. 2nd down and 11. They've done that several times.
South Aiken is just they're a beast on defense.
Handoff inside. South Aiken has it stacked up.
Again, four or five South Aiken players in the backfield right at about the time the ball snapped.
Alex Thomas on the carry. And I believe he lost quite a few yards.
Yep.
Lost 4. So it's going to be 3rd down and 15. Aiken having no luck at all on offense. Back on either side of Wallace. Got 2 split wide to the left. Backs up, looks to his left. Now going to run to his left. Under pressure, throws it downfield.
He's got it.
Hey, got it. Nice catch over on the far side at the 45-yard line. And number 24, I believe, was the receiver, Jabaric Corley. And that moves the chains. Chandler Law Firm 1st and 10. And a good play for Aiken High.
They needed it. Just sat in the thing there. He threw it in a crowd too, and Corley came up with it.
Take a look at the replay. He's got pressure. Hard for a quarterback to throw it, running to his left, right-handed. But he did it.
And another one.
Another catch and some room to run too.
Yep.
And this is into thoroughbred territory, and he's down to the 33-yard line. Another Chandler Law Firm 1st and 10, and that wakes the Aiken crowd up, because they've got something to cheer about.
And also, they're getting into the territory where I will now be blocked.
Welcome to the club. Jeremiah Green on the reception. I mean, you saw his speed out there. If they can get him in the open field, he can do some damage. Now we got a flag, and that's usually somebody lining up in the neutral zone.
Either there are too many men on the line. It looked like everybody on the wide receivers, there was no offset.
South Aiken lined up in the neutral zone, so automatic offsides. Once they come set, they move it 5 yards. Still Chandler Law Firm 1st and 5.
I'm surprised they didn't let him snap the ball. Usually Aaron Rodgers makes a career out of that with a free play.
Nope. There comes the flag.
Yep.
That's going to be interference on South Aiken.
No, it's going to be holding on Aiken. There was Reed Bolin was being near tackle.
On South Aiken. Did I say Aiken? That's the most confusing part for me, is to keep Aiken and South Aiken straight. Got an update from Eric on the sidelines. Rather than hearing from him personally, if I can get this thing to work right, Airport leaves Midland Valley 14-0 in the early going, and Williston is up 7-0 on Wagner Sally.
Wow.
And not a terrible surprise there. I expect Williston to give Wagner Sally all they want, but Wagner certainly plenty of time to come back.
So you were right. There was interference. I was right. There was holding. They both offset.
Yeah, we saw 2 different flags. So it remains 1st down and 5. We got some free football there. Comes the jet sweep. Looked like he was going to pull up and throw it.
Yep.
Now he finds a little room to run.
Got a little hole.
Again, that's Corley, Jabaric Corley. And he picks up a 1st down. They'll move the chains again. Chandler Law Firm 1st and 10. That'll be the final play of the 1st quarter. So we'll go to the 2nd quarter. South Aiken leading 12-0, but Aiken is on the move when we return on the Aiken Standard Game of the Week.
Since 1970, Bragg Heating Company has been keeping Aiken and the surrounding communities comfortable. Our factory-trained staff can keep you on top of the latest in heating and cooling technology, and our complete metal shop allows us to make any specialty piece your home may need. We recommend the best systems for your home: Trane, Carrier, Mitsubishi ductless, and Bosch geothermal systems. We accept most major credit cards and offer financing, so when you need your system maintained, repaired, or replaced, call Bragg Heating Company. We're here to make you comfortable.
Were you recently arrested for driving under the influence? Are you looking for an experienced DUI attorney but don't know where to start? The Chandler Law Firm can help. We know being charged with a DUI is an intimidating and frightening experience. A DUI conviction can lead to fines, court costs, probation, license suspension, and even jail time. Time is of the essence. The sooner you call, the more likely we're able to protect your rights.
You can count on Chandler.
On the campus of South Aiken High School, that's a look at Millbrook Baptist Church steeple across the street from us. And Aiken finds themselves on the short side of a 12-0 score, but they're moving the football. 1 quarter in the books, and it's at like in light speed compared to last week. I think we finished the 1st quarter about 10 o'clock last week.
Of course, the game didn't start until 9:15.
Well, that's the point. It probably wasn't 10, though. Probably was a little bit before 10 o'clock. I think the game ended around 11:30.
Right.
Chick-fil-A, crowd sponsor.
All right.
So in all, it wasn't a long game. It just took a long time to start.
Yeah, it took a long time to start. In the second half, we had quite a few injuries that you never want to see that. All right, Chandler Law Firm 1st and 10 to start the 2nd quarter. Aiken High School on the move. A keeper got some room to run, going to pick up the 1st down, another 10 yards, close to the 10-yard line. And Aiken, who was in stalled position most of the 1st quarter, suddenly comes alive. They make a completion on a pass And now here they are knocking on the door at the 10.
They had the couple passes they completed to open up the running a little bit.
They actually can pick up a first down as a Chandler Law Firm 1st and 10 at the 11. Another keeper, and that doesn't go for anything. South Aiken ready for that?
A little bit of a loss, too.
Once again, they lose a yard on first down. They're in 2nd and 11. I think that's about the 5th time that they've had that situation. This drive started at the 20-yard line, so a good sustained drive for Aiken. Handoff. That's Green.
He's not going anywhere either.
Couldn't find any room to run, and he's knocked down. Lost another couple of yards.
Figures just when I make the comment that Aiken's starting to get some running room, that's when South Aiken's defense turns it all around and they get no running room.
So a loss out to the 15-yard line. So it's going to bring up 2nd down and 14 as the loss was 3 yards on that play. They can get a first down at the 1. Now Green trots off the field. Spread field. Man in his face, got it out there quick, but South Aiken quickly stops that. Might have gained a couple of yards. That's going to bring up 4th down. And we'll see if McKay comes on to kick a field goal.
Yep, they're bringing out the field goal unit. Where are they going to mark that? Looks like he got back almost to the original line of scrimmage.
So they'll be kicking from the 16, so a 26-yard field goal attempt for McKay. Austin McKay. This is a big kick for Aiken, make them feel good about themselves. Kick is up, and it is
good. No good.
No good. It was right. It was certainly long enough, but it just never got to the left. So with 9:43 left to go in the 2nd quarter, South Aiken retains their 12-0 lead. The South Aiken kicker missed an extra point. And South Aiken went for 2 and didn't get it. Now Aiken, with their first scoring opportunity, misses a 26-yard field goal.
That kind of hurts for Aiken. You know, they had a nice drive going there and came up empty.
Kills the momentum if they've had any momentum at all. So here comes South Aiken. Chris Roberts runs the ball. He finds nowhere to run. As they start at the 20-yard line, he may have gotten a yard. 2nd down and 9.
They got a little bit of a handle on Roberts.
He's not gashing them for big yardage, that's for sure.
He does have a touchdown run, though.
Quick out. Yep. It's Patterson. Patterson makes a man miss.
Whoa.
Nice move. That'll move the chains as the ball gets up to the 33-yard line. Nice little pass. South Aiken probably setting Aiken up for a long one here shortly because Boynton can throw it long.
He just kind of came underneath. Had it. Almost looks like a horse collar there, but.
Chandler Law Firm 1st and 10. Handoff again. Now got some room to
there
run.
We go.
And Roberts turns it on, turns it upfield, gets to the 48-yard line. That'll move the chains one more time as he picks up 14 yards.
Again, just at the point where we said earlier Aiken had a running game, they stuffed it. And just when we said Chris Roberts has been kind of bottled up, there he goes.
As we see, he's got some speed. He's a tough runner. But if he gets an open field, he's a hard one to bring down. 48-yard line, Chandler Law Firm 1st and 10. They are out from behind my post, which is a good thing. Pass, long time in the air, but McKeever brings it down, passes the 40 into the 36-yard line. Another first down, and South Aiken now moving the ball at will.
Yep. You're getting 14 yards a chunk.
That's a dangerous pass to throw that ball across the field. It was in the air for a long time, and yet he made the play.
And yet he was still open.
He was wide open. Back to pass. Going to be a screen. Set up the screen to
Roberts.
Roberts got some blockers in front of him. Going to get to the outside. He's going to take it to the house.
Yep.
10-5. Touchdown. Chris Roberts takes it the rest of the way. 37 yards. And a flag comes in from behind. That's a late flag. That'll be unsportsmanlike conduct. And he did not point at anybody. He's going to run over to South Aiken, and I have a feeling they're going to call it on South Aiken, but it'll be a dead ball.
The touchdown will most likely count.
That would be a flag on the play.
Well, the penalty happened down the field. He threw the flag as far as he could throw it. Unsportsmanlike on South Aiken.
Unsportsmanlike conduct versus the thoroughbreds.
I got to believe that's either going to be assessed on the kickoff or on the extra point.
The touchdown is good.
Yep.
I believe they'll assess it on the kickoff, so South Aiken will be kicking from back around the 25-yard line. But they'll go for the extra point. They'll go the regular variety and do the kick extra point. Sanders gets this one up, and it is good. So extra point's good. South Aiken takes a 19-0 lead over Aiken High School here on the Aiken Standard Game of the Week. We'll be back.
There's nothing more painful than seeing a family member who has lost someone they love. It could be from a car, truck, or motorcycle accident, even a drunk driver. We can't bring back your loved one, but the Chandler Law Firm can help your family get the support you deserve. If your loved one dies because of someone else's negligence, it's called wrongful death. No one can put a price on someone's life, but we can help protect the family's future.
For a legal consultation, contact thechandlerlawfirm.com.
19-0, 8-10 left to go here in the second quarter. South Aiken will be assessed a 15-yard unsportsmanlike conduct penalty on this kickoff, so they'll be kicking from the 25. So Aiken might get some good field position out of this. They drove it down the field from the 80-yard line, but stalled at the 10, missed the field goal. And South Aiken came roaring back down the field with about 4 or 5 first downs and then a 36-yard screen pass to Chris Roberts, taken in for the score. And your score, 19-0.
WJBF Sports is proud to name Scholar of the Game from each team tonight. Let's congratulate Eric Stroman from Aiken High School and David Ray from South Aiken High School, your WJBF Sports Scholars of the Game.
And David Gray from South Aiken named the Sports Scholar of the Game, and Eric Stroman from Aiken High named the Sports Scholar of the Game. So congratulations to both of those young men. All right, a little pooch kick downfield. This can be fielded at about 32. Running across the field, looking for some room. Whoa, across the 45, close to midfield, and gets taken down. That was number 22, Alex Thomas, on the return. Looks like he's out at the 47-yard line as we take a look on the Smitties. Did you see that replay? DJ Parker turned him upside down as he turned the corner. Looked like a decent tackle. He grabbed him by the shoulder pads and flipped him over.
It looks like he fell over a South Aiken player, too, that was on the ground. Okay.
All right, Chandler Law Firm, 1st and 10 for Aiken High. Going to drop back and look for a pass. Wallace doesn't find anybody, runs up, going to pick up some yards, pick up maybe 2.
Yeah.
And bring up 2nd down and 8.
Gets in 2. He's been kind of running for his life the whole night.
I'm actually going to say he picked up 1 yard. 2nd down and 9.
Passing worked on the last time. They actually had a drive that went a little bit where they had a field goal attempt. So maybe I can see that they were trying to do that going back.
Took a long time to call this play. We need to get up there and run it. Avoid the delay of the game. Get it off. Here comes the pass rush. Is it down the field? Incomplete.
Was that Reed Bolin again getting in there?
Had a man in his face, and it wouldn't surprise me if that's who it was. As we see that replay, couldn't get to the number, but that'd be a good guess. Third down and 9. Aiken needs a big first down here, get into South Aiken territory, see if they can get on the board here in the second quarter. They have 4 men split wide to the left.
Interesting.
And now a whistle. And this may be a delay. It is a delay of the game on Aiken High. Taking an awfully long time to get the plays in. They walk off 5 yards. It'll bring 3rd and 14. It's the ball spotted at the 42-yard line.
And again, Aiken goes backwards.
And they'll stay with whatever play they called. 4 split wide to the left, 1 to the right. They're going to come out quick. Try to get him in open field. Green.
And there is a heavy pursuit.
He picks up yardage, but he's going to be down at the 46, back to the original line of scrimmage. Got a message that Lionel Smith is the replay. Yes, and it's also known as Smitty's.
Okay.
So Smitty's Lionel Smith.
Right.
Apparently we had a caller who did not realize that. So 4th down and 11. And Aiken sends the punting unit out on the field.
I'm not going to disagree with you, Ed. You grew up here, so you know what everything is.
I know Lionel Smith. No Van and all of them over there. Craig Coleman, I'm sure he's watching tonight. Hey, Craig.
Ooh, just got that kickoff.
Got it off. It's going to take a South Aiken bounce and roll back to the 25-yard line. And that's going to be a Chandler Law Firm 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
All right, Aiken's defense needs to stop the big chunk gains that they had on the last drive and try and get back in the game.
Eric's updating us. Barnwell is up 35-0. No surprise there.
Oh boy.
And Strom Thurmond up 7-0 over Edistan. Also Airport 28-0 over Midland Valley. All right, Boynton throwing over here. He's got a man, McKeever, by himself. He had to stop and wait for it.
He got it.
And he caught it. Good job by McKeever. Boynton underthrew that, but he was all by himself. Stopped, waited for the ball, and caught it. Had to lean forward. Caught it at the 46-yard line. Moved the chains again. Chandler Law Firm 1st and 10.
Boynton's passes, they sit up there in the air and everything, but he's still finding wide open receivers.
I guess when they're that open, you can take your time. Here comes Roberts. Roberts starting to wear Aiken down.
Yep. He dragged them 7 to 8 yards on the tacklers.
Pickup of about 12. Move the chains again. Chandler Law Firm 1st and 10.
That was an impressive run.
That's what Chris Roberts does.
You got like those
guys. You might stop him in the first quarter, but he's going to keep coming and keep coming. And he is a load to bring down.
You got to like those guys. You know, those guys that just bull over people. No, they do the bubble screen.
And here comes Kitchens.
And
Kitchens is going to go the distance 10-5. Deshaun Kitchens, touchdown, South Aiken. And this one's starting to get away from Aiken High.
Yes, it is.
A 42-yard touchdown pass and run for Deshaun Kitchens. Extra point coming. Sanders trots on the field to try the point after.
They tried the bubble screen right there, and he had slashed right through the secondary, and he was gone.
And you see Deshaun running through the tape on the Lionel Smith Smitty's replay.
I take it Deshaun's also in track team.
I don't know. That's something that you see all the college wide receivers doing now. You can't celebrate, but that's sort of their deal. Uh-oh, another missed extra point. So South Aiken will have something to work on. It'll be the special teams, as that's their second extra point kick miss. They missed a 2-point conversion as well, but they lead 25-0 with 5:23 left to go in the second quarter. And South Aiken having it their way.
Yeah, they're just running over. You see Chris Roberts on that run before the play, before the touchdown. He was, starting to. You can tell Aiken's starting to wear down. Then again, we talked about the small rosters. Does mean that
there's not a whole lot of replacements over on the bench to come in there and spell them. So they're in tough shape now.
You got guys playing two ways. That makes it even extra tougher.
Talked to Eddie Buck before the game, and Eddie Buck, of course, the legendary head coach at Aiken High, and came over here to South Aiken and assistant coach for many years. And Eddie was saying that the JV game last night, that Aiken's got some players coming up that he was very impressed with.
Good for them.
Some younger players, so they'll get better in the days ahead. He also had some nice things to say about Chris Roberts and what a fine young man he is. And shakes your hand, good firm handshake, and yes sir, no sir. Yeah, those old coaches, they like that. And I have to admit, old guys like me like it too.
Well, he, nice kid, and he gives a firm handshake, and then he just powers over the opposition.
Well, I told him that we expected a good show tonight, and so far he's provided that with a nice touchdown and some good runs. All right, Sanders kicks away. High end over end, fielded at the 14-yard line. Thomas bringing it across, looking for a lane. He's got one. He goes across the 25 and maybe knocked down at the 25.
You can get accident insurance for your whole family for one soda cost a day. Call Aaron Myers Allstate or find them on Facebook. That's Aaron Myers Allstate Insurance for your.
Well, if you're Aiken, you start loading it up and firing.
Well, no, I think at this point Aiken needs to sustain something. If they can run the ball. I think they need to work on some short passes, see if they can get past Reed Boland and the linebackers, DJ Parker. They do such a good job at South Aiken. That front seven, if they can get away from that, they might move the football a little bit and be able to run. They had some success running on that one drive.
Right.
I think you stay with your game plan, though. And now he's got it. And there it is, a little screen pass. Got some room, and he may go a long distance here.
That's going to work.
He's going to cross the 50, across the 40, across the 35, well into South Aiken territory at the 33-yard line. And a little screen pass. Got past that rush, the South Aiken all-out rush.
Sometimes that can, with South Aiken living in the backfield a lot of times, that screens and draw plays can actually work, and that's one that did.
That's Green, and Green's a fine running back. He's a good football player, and you get him in open field, he can make some things happen.
Millbrook Baptist Church for your support of athletes and their families. Thank you to Millbrook Baptist Church.
So the 32-yard line, Chandler Law Firm, 1st and 10 for Aiken High. Second time down in South Aiken territory tonight. Drops back, throws down. He's got a man down there.
He's got him wide open.
He catches it, and did he stay in bounds? He did. He's inside the 5, and Aiken gets some success as they get a pass complete to number 14, Stavon Porter.
He did a
nice play by
stop and go route and left him wide open.
Wallace, nice throw, nice catch, and Aiken knocks on the door. Now they were down to the 10, in the first quarter, and South Aiken stuffed them right there at the 10 and missed a field goal. Let's see what Aiken can do this time around. They're going to try to turn inside. He spun around. Wallace fights hard. He gets back to the 1, and they're pushing the pile. He's close to the touchdown.
He might have dragged all of them there.
That's your quarterback carrying the pile.
That almost made Chris Roberts jealous.
And a little pushing going on. They pull him off the pile, and he is right on the goal line. Picked up a yard. Didn't give him much chance of any to make the end zone, but he almost made it. He's a yard out. 2nd and goal at the 1. Aiken looking to get on the scoreboard.
That's what they do. They'll take it and they'll wait on it. Give them a call. You still have to hike, 3 to 5 yards sometimes.
Takes a snap, hands off. This is Green. Green stops short. Got back to the 1, and they knocked him back.
South Aiken's defense is not going to make this easy.
South Aiken does not want the points on the board. Aiken desperately wants to feel good about themselves and get some points.
At least we'll go up before halftime.
They got 2 more downs to do that.
And keep in mind, Aiken gets the kick in the second half too. So
lost a yard on that. 3rd and goal from the 2. Shotgun. Got Green beside him to his left. He's going to roll to his left. Going to stop, throw back. Got a man. Touchdown. Aiken threw it right back to DeAndre Bonham for the touchdown. And they got South Aiken roughing the passer. So on the kickoff, Aiken will get a 15-yard penalty. Back South Aiken up. The points will stay on the board, and Aiken is on the board. And you know that's got to make them feel a whole lot better on the Aiken sideline.
That receiver slid across the back of the end zone, wide open.
Couldn't see on that replay the hit on the quarterback. South Aiken, all-out pressure. Couldn't get to him. Nice little play by Aiken to show direction to the left and throw it back to the right to a wide open receiver. Extra point is up and good.
Yeah, it is.
So Aiken is on the board. They trail South Aiken 25-7 with 3:21 left to go here in the second quarter. We'll take a break. We'll be right back.
At Lionel Smith Limited, we can help you look your best no matter what the season. For fall and winter of 2017, we have the area's best collection of suits and sports jackets, a huge selection of those famous hand-picked Smitty ties, unique sportswear, outerwear, sweaters, made-to-measure shirts, suits and coats, socks, underwear, and lots more. New merchandise is arriving daily, so to see all the latest in men's fashions, see us at Lionel Smith Limited. Lionel Smith, limited to only the finest in men's clothing.
Lionel Smith Limited, located down on Lawrence Street in downtown Aiken. The finest men's clothes around, and also known as Smitty's. The Smitty's, did you see that replay? That's what you say when you see people wearing one of Smitty's ties.
Okay.
Did you see that? That tie. I mean, that's how good they are. That's what you say.
Or suits or anything like that?
Oh, yeah.
Of course, I don't know. It's a little too warm for a suit in a football game.
It's Smitty's famous ties, but he has the suits and the clothes to boot.
Yep.
Great place to go shopping for men. We don't have many places to go. So
no, I know.
It's nice to have one that's men.
You go into a department.
And women go there too to buy for men.
You go into a department store and there's, 3/4 of the store is women, and the other part of it is kids, and then like a little tiny corner with a rack is the men's clothes.
Well, Mackey takes advantage of the 15 yards.
We have
and nails that. I think it may have gone through the uprights. And there was some extracurricular activity on the kickoff, and somebody got hit. And they're going to pull everybody off the field. We've got our first Aiken Regional Medical Center timeout. I was watching the ball sail through, did not see what occurred. That ball well out of the end zone. Of course, when you're running down the field, you don't know that. And here's a penalty. Let's see what the call is. Unsportsmanlike against Aiken High.
Unsportsmanlike conduct versus Aiken High School.
So Aiken's going to give them 15 extra yards. So they kick it out of the end zone on the 15-yard penalty, and they give it right back on that, and that's going to put them up at the 35-yard line. Chandler Law Firm 1st and 10. Well, while we've got a player down on the field, we'll take a break. We'll be right back.
Whether you volunteer your time, make a donation, or both, giving back to our community is what makes Aiken so strong. It's the spirit of a great city. Each year, Aiken Regional employees donate thousands of man-hours and dollars to local charities and nonprofits, and the hospital sets aside $100,000 as well. We're committed to giving back and paying it forward.
Come on in to Barton Blowout Furniture, where we have recliners starting at $199.
Take the rest.
Buy from the best.
Financing and layaway available. Bargain Blowouts Furniture and Mattress Superstore, next to the Aiken Hospital.
All right, we're back. The Aiken Regional Medical Center timeout. The injured player was Reed Boland, who was hurt on the kickoff return. He got up and walked off the field on his own power. We hope he's fine. That is not somebody that Aiken wants to get ticked off. He plays like a madman. He looks fine. He's not going and sitting down. He's just walking along.
Are they going to check for concussion or anything?
Yeah, they're going to take him over to the medical bench, let him sit down, and probably do some concussion protocol and make sure that he's okay. And, of course, we don't know what happened, so we're not going to speculate as to anything except there was a personal foul called. And if it's a cheap shot, then South Aiken's going to come roaring back here.
I have a feeling the way South Aiken's offense has been running, whether it was a cheap shot or not, they're going to come roaring back.
But let's see what goes here. Here comes Chris Roberts.
Off tackle play, and he gets another 12. Oh, he's gone again.
He's
still running
across 45, all the way to the 41-yard line. That's a pickup of 24 yards. He's a pretty determined runner here.
Boy, he's a load to bring down.
Chandler Law Firm, 1st and 10 at the 41. Now we got a timeout on the field. The official threw a flag, and they're going to have a discussion.
Because why not?
And no flag.
No flag. So, well, that's 10 or 11 seconds of our life we're not getting back.
2:59 left to go in the second quarter. Hands off, going around the left side. Now they see 22. Always think of Harold Hilton, who was 22 last year for several years. Ryan's on the carry. As we look at the Smitty, did you see that replay?
Athletic trainers are not provided by or funded by the state.
Pickup of 7 yards, 2nd down and 3.
Which is made possible by contributions from organizations and individuals in our community. Thank you. Play safe.
I believe that's the only back other than Chris Roberts to carry the ball for South Aiken.
I think that is the first carry of the night for anybody besides Roberts.
Right.
And that's Kitchens. And Kitchens breaks a tackle, gets up to the 25-yard line. Move the chains. Chandler Law Firm, 1st and 10. And South Aiken methodically goes down the field and runs some clock. Tries to get some points on the board and leave nothing for Aiken.
Definitely answering or trying to moving the ball down to answer the touchdown by Aiken.
Handoff. That's Ryan's again.
Yep.
Ryan not going to get anywhere. It's stop for no gain. 2nd down and 10.
Clock is still running, 1:32 left.
Trying to rip the ball out. He's also making that tackle. Very, very physical player right there. I'm thinking he's going to look really good as a senior. Right now, really tough looking himself. Very aggressive tackle.
Clock winds down, 1:15. Another Ryan handoff. Ryan gets inside this time. Gets close to the 20. It'd be just short. And I believe South Aiken will call a timeout. We got a Bragg Heating Company timeout on the field as South Aiken going to preserve a little clock to get more points on the board. We'll be right back.
Since 1970, Bragg Heating Company has been keeping Aiken and the surrounding communities comfortable. Our factory-trained staff can keep you on top of the latest in heating and cooling technology, and our complete metal shop allows us to make any specialty piece your home may need. We recommend the best systems for your home: Trane, Carrier, Mitsubishi ductless, and Bosch geothermal systems. We accept most major credit cards and offer financing, so when you need your system maintained, repaired, or replaced, call Bragg Heating Company. We're here to make you comfortable.
25-7, 107 left to go here until halftime, and South Aiken with the ball trying to extend their lead after Aiken High put their first points on the board. They got down the field on a screen pass to Green, then a very nice pass, long pass, completed to Bynum down the sidelines that got them to the 2-yard line. They fought, and touchdown pass to Bynum puts 6 points on the board for Aiken. They trail 25-7.
They worked hard for that at the end.
It was good to see Aiken get up off the mat. They weren't looking too good. Third down, 6, a long 6. When the pass got a man,
right there.
McKeever catches it, steps out of bounds, a yard past the yard marker, and that'll move the chains. Chandler Law Firm, 1st and 10. Nice pass, nice play by South Aiken.
Once again, South Aiken's offense are mixing it up, running, passing, doing everything well.
Ball at the 14-yard line. Got a wheel route, got a man over there, and Chris Roberts with the catch. Beautiful looking little pass. He came out of the backfield, wheeled around. He hit him on the sidelines perfectly, 16 yards. South Aiken on the board again. 31-7, extra point coming.
That was a perfectly timed play to Roberts.
That was very pretty. Just over the outstretched hand of the defender. Extra points up, and this time it is good. And we take a look at the Smitty's. Did you see that replay? Chris Roberts scores his 2nd touchdown of the game, this time through the air, and South Aiken leads with 56.8 seconds, 32-7. And I guess it's just about as good a first half as South Aiken would have dreamed of having.
Yeah, you know, I can't see him playing any better. And the only other thing is missing a couple extra points. If that's the worst thing that's going to happen, they're in good shape.
Yeah, that's true. They've left 3 points. That'll give Coach Hamilton something to complain about and yell about when they get to practice on Monday. But yeah, they missed 2 kicks and a 2-point conversion. And that's about the only thing South Aiken has done wrong.
But they do have 2 extra points on it.
They do. Yes, they do. They have kicked a couple of them.
So it's not completely void.
Citizens of Aiken, over 93 years ago, Security Federal Bank opened its first branch in Aiken.
All right.
Security Federal Bank is your
Sanders has been busy here in the first half. kicking away, kicks it again.
Pooched it.
Caught, fair catch at the 35-yard line. Bynum makes the catch. So Aiken has 56 seconds to get down the field and put some more points on the board. Let's see what they do. I'm sure they don't want to make a mistake here and add anything worse to this.
They do get the kick in the second half. Maybe let's see what happens on the first down. If they get a little bit of yardage, go ahead, try and score. But if they don't, I don't know. I think I'd pack it in.
Wallace has gone the whole way at quarterback for Aiken tonight. Jeremiah Green lines up beside him. Hands off to Green. Green looks inside.
And
picks up a yard. Will bring up 2nd down and 9. A little bit better than what Aiken's been doing all night, and that was losing a yard on 1st down and being 2nd and 11. So Aiken's going to let this clock run. I guess they'll run one more play and go in and see what they can
talk about.
Do constructive in the second half.
Satcher Ford in Aiken is proud to sponsor the Thoroughbred Athletics. Visit Satcher Ford today and check out their latest inventory.
They certainly took their time. And Green swung over.
A fumble.
And he fumbled the ball. And I believe South Aiken recovered it. And that's not going to be what they planned. They've only got 3.8 seconds. But South Aiken did recover the fumble.
And Pasco again. He's the one that had the interception earlier.
Yeah, Pasco having a good night.
He is having a nice night.
And if you're wondering about Reed Bolin, he's not sitting on the bench. Was he out on the field?
I was looking for him earlier. I did not see him on the field.
We'll see if we can find out. I'm sure that he's around there somewhere.
Here, there.
Right. Let's see what South Aiken does. They've got time for one play. Will they just take a knee? I don't think so. They actually could practice a field goal from this distance, and that probably wouldn't be a bad idea, quite frankly, though Aiken probably wouldn't appreciate it too much. Roberts comes in motion. He's going to look down the field, going for it. Oh, incomplete. He had him there. I think the defender got his hand on it, deflected it, and Kitchens couldn't bring it down. But it was a great first half for South Aiken regardless. 32-7 is our score at the half. South Aiken over Aiken High. And South Aiken can feel pretty good about themselves.
I think they can go into the halftime being pretty good.
An update of the scores. Williston Elko leads Wagner Sally 16-0 now. And that's sort of surprised. Wagner Sally going to have to try to get things going and come back. All the other games are pretty big spreads as we go to halftime here. Aiken, don't expect them to come out and shoot lights out. They'll come back again, I think, work on what they want to do.
Yeah.
Try to get better for next week.
I mean, if they have any hopes coming back, and it's a monumental task coming back in this game, yeah, I guess they're going to have to start throwing it downfield a little bit more, which they have done fairly well. They had a nice stop-and-go route that worked. They got them set up for their first touchdown, or their only touchdown. But, you know.
All right, we've got the Little League football players coming out on the field.
Oh, my gosh, it's Clemson and South Carolina.
It's the Aiken Tigers and the North Aiken Bears, I think. And I can't keep up with all of them. I didn't hear all their names. But this Little League football is a pretty big deal. We'll come back and we'll see if we can see any of their game when we return on the Aiken Standard Game of the Week.
Little League football games are played on Monday and Tuesday nights at Aiken High or South Aiken High School.
Come on into Bargain Blocks Furniture, where we have 2 5-piece bedroom sets starting at only $576.
Take the rest.
Buy from the best.
Financing and layaway available. Bargain Blowouts Furniture and Mattress Superstore, next to the Aiken Hospital.
Tyler's Tire and Auto Center, founded in 1963, family owned and operated for 50 years and dedicated to customer service with safety of your family, our top priority. Tyler's Tire is a full-service tire retail, tire repair, and automotive repair facility with ASC certified mechanics. Located in 2 locations, 1019 Richland Avenue West and 1518 Whiskey Road. Let our family take care of yours. Tyler's Tire and Auto Center.
Since 1970, Bragg Heating Company has been keeping Aiken and the surrounding communities comfortable. Our factory-trained staff can keep you on top of the latest in heating and cooling technology, and our complete metal shop allows us to make any specialty piece your home may need. We recommend the best systems for your home: Trane, Carrier, Mitsubishi ductless, and Bosch geothermal systems. We accept most major credit cards and offer financing, so when you need your system maintained, repaired, or replaced, call Bragg Heating Company. We're here to make you comfortable.
Were you recently arrested for driving under the influence? Are you looking for an experienced DUI attorney but don't know where to start? The Chandler Law Firm can help. We know being charged with a DUI is an intimidating and frightening experience. A DUI conviction can lead to fines, court costs, probation, license suspension, and even jail time. Time is of the essence. The sooner you call, the more likely we're able to protect your rights.
You can count on Chandler.
Come on in to Bargain Blowouts Furniture, where we have sofas and love seats starting at only $396.
Check the rest.
Buy from the best.
Financing and layaway available. Bargain Blowouts Furniture and Mattress Superstore, next to the Aiken Hospital.
Here at Just Julie's, we aren't your typical sub shop. All of our meats and cheeses are cut fresh, and we have a wider variety of menu items. We're happy to create new items to suit your many desires, which means custom orders that you won't find anywhere else. We've been a part of the Aiken community for over 35 years, so come and see us for lunch or dinner. You won't be disappointed. Our sandwiches, salads, and customer service can't be beat. Just Julie's, Pine Log Road in the Staples Shopping Center across from Kroger.
All right, we're back here at the Stomping Grounds at South Aiken High School. And, all right, the orange team is the Aiken Tigers. And I'm just guessing, if we can get a close-up shot of one of the kids' shirts, I don't know if that's the Bears. What's on the front?
Got to turn around, kids.
On the black jerseys. That's the Aiken Tigers there. That's obvious. And I don't know if it's the Northside Bears. They've got a name on the front of their jerseys. They got to get them lined up here. What does that say?
Dogs.
It's dogs. Oh, it's the Bulldogs. All right. Let's see. I'm not sure who the Bulldogs are. See, we didn't have those names. We were the Falcons when I was a little kid growing up in Aiken and playing in Pee Wee football. I don't think they have a Falcons team anymore. I thought
the quarterback
I thought he had the ball and nobody was going to tackle him. My brother and father coached the Aiken Tigers for several years. And they had a big time. I couldn't believe they had them wearing orange.
Now, is this more South Carolina territory than Clemson here?
No, I would say it's evenly split. Of course, Clemson folks probably would say it's more Clemson, but South Carolina folks would say it's more South Carolina. We're sort of in the middle of both, as far as I'm concerned, growing up here and knowing plenty of my friends went to Clemson and plenty of my friends went to Carolina.
Of course, that's kind of the same way in Florida. There's no defined line between Florida and Florida State.
The upstate is definitely Clemson and midsection, Columbia.
Right.
That area is going to be, and Sumter. Sumter's actually known as the Gamecocks. They're their nickname.
I mean, of course, you have same thing, with Gainesville and Tallahassee. You get down, the only Miami fans really there are is in Dayton, part of Broward County, and that's about it. So Miami is kind of a.
Beside the Bulldogs. Bulldogs having a hard time holding on to the football here. They just can't get started. The Tigers playing some tough D, just like their compatriots up in Tiger Town Clemson. That's a heck of a defensive line that Clemson has.
Clemson struggled a little bit last week against Boston College.
The offense had a little bit of trouble getting going, obviously, but that defense, if they're going to hold you to 7 points, it'll be tough to beat.
Right.
That team. All right, Eric has some scores as we watch our game here on the field. Strom Thurmond is up 10-0. Bamberg is leading Silver Bluff 10-0. Barnwell is now leading 49-0. So some lopsided scores there too. Along with this one, which is 32-7 here at the half. South Aiken
there we go.
Leading over Aiken.
Game's over.
and the crowd comes to life as the players egg them on. There they go. Now we're going to be joined by the South Aiken Marching Band. So we'll turn the microphones on the band and we'll be entertained by the hometown marching band as they get out to the field. Again, we are at halftime of the Aiken Standard Game of the Week. South Aiken leading Aiken 32-7 at a game where it was pretty much all South Aiken in the first half. All right, let's go down to the field and we'll join the South Aiken High School Marching Band live.
There's nobody out high.
Number 3, you should know that your marching thoroughbreds represented with pride last week at Midland Valley High School Mustang Classic competition, winning first place in its classification and first place in music. Wishing the marching thoroughbreds good luck as they travel to Walterboro tomorrow to compete in the Walterboro Band Classic at Colleton High School. Your South Aiken High School marching thoroughbreds. This last shout out to the South Aiken High School class of 1982. Graduating classes from Aiken High, South Aiken High, Silverville, San Angelo Christian Academy all came together.
At Lionel Smith Limited, we can help you look your best no matter what the season. For fall and winter of 2017, we have the area's best collection of suits and sports jackets, a huge selection of those famous hand-picked Smitty ties, unique sportswear, outerwear, sweaters, made-to-measure shirts, suits and coats, socks, underwear, and lots more. New merchandise is arriving daily, so to see all the latest in men's fashions, see us at Lionel Smith Limited. Lionel Smith, limited to only the finest in men's clothing.
All right, we're back here at the stomping grounds. Aiken High has finished their warm-ups. They've gone to the bench. They're ready to go. And South Aiken is just getting back on the field, and now they've put 3 minutes on the clock. So I think Aiken is a little bit ahead of the game. They don't have to stay loose unless the officials say, oh, come on, let's go.
Well, I think they just wanted to play more Bon Jovi.
Well, that's always good. We can do a little karaoke high school football here.
You know, the impressive thing is that the fans aren't leaving. You know, this game is, maybe out of hand, but a lot of the Aiken fans are still here, and certainly South Aiken is enjoying this, so why not?
The Aiken kids were having a whiteout, so the students wore white shirts, and they're all sitting together over there, and they're still here, and I would say most people are walking around a little bit maybe, but most of them are still here. And there's David Boyd pointing out something fantastic, I'm sure. And the South Aiken side, of course, is packed. They got years and years to make up for some of the beatings that South Aiken took at the hands of Aiken High. And I know this is, you got to feel good for the South Aiken fans that have been around a long time.
Is it usually one or the other with the teams? Is it usually Aiken or South Aiken, or are they sometimes can they finish season both 9-1 or 10-0 or?
Not really. Aiken generally would be a playoff contender back in the days when they were beating South Aiken. South Aiken had some seasons where they didn't win a game, and it took a while to build it up to where they actually started competing and actually breaking 500 in the Dan Pippin years. In the early years, if you go back to 1980 when they started, they actually got some really good football players. One of them was Michael Dean Perry, who rather than stay at Aiken High like his brother, William, who went to Aiken High, and of course was legendary, Michael Dean came over here to South Aiken. And during that time, those were some pretty good South Aiken football teams. And they had a few good years in the next 20 or so, but then they hit some real low points. And I can't remember all the dates, but I'd say going back to 2000 and that time frame, South Aiken had several years where they didn't win a game.
Right.
And they finally got Dan Pippin in here, and Dan turned around the culture, and they started going 5-6, 6-5, and competing. And that was the main thing, just to make it fun. And he was able to get some of the athletes to come out and play football. And Aiken continued to be very, very good during that time. That was the Kerry Johnson era. And Kerry Johnson won the state championship, I think it was 1992, and went deep into the playoffs several different times. So Aiken was pretty much a mainstay on the scene in high school football. They ran the wing tee, ran it to perfection. And Kerry retired, became the athletic director, and the football team sort of tailed off since then and hasn't done quite as well. Had a losing season last year. Coach retired or decided to resign, do something else, and the new coach Montgomery trying to turn things around. Got us a score from our friends over here sitting with us from JBF. 21-7. North Augusta is leading over Lower Richland at the half. So not a big surprise there at all. So that's what we expected. Okay, Aiken's going to get the ball first. This is Green. Whoa! That was quite a block up into the air.
That was a heck of a way to start the second half.
And the South Aiken player slow to get up. Got the worst end of that deal. What an effort turning the flip. Ooh. May have knocked the wind out of him. They're going to help him up. I think he's going to be fine.
DJ Parker?
Was that DJ? That was a great, did you see that Smitty replay? As we see it in slow motion here, watch it again. 22 is Alex Thomas making that block, and Green ducked and covered and got up over the 20-yard line, made a nice return. But the highlight on that was the block and the effort. And I believe that may have been E.J. Hickson. I'm not sure. I didn't get the number of the player. But that was quite a show there to start off here in the second half. 32-7, South Aiken leads. Last time Aiken had the football, they
and they're going deep. And we got a flag.
Got a man. Flag. This may be holding on South Aiken, as where that came. They may have tried to grab him as he was going by. And that's why he overthrew him. We'll see what the call is. See, come back to referee, holding against South Aiken. So that'll be an automatic first down after the 10-yard walk-off. And good start for South Aiken, or for Aiken High here in the first half.
For the record.
Second half. Gosh.
For the record, Ed, I do not see Reed Bolin out there on the field, and I don't see him on the sidelines.
All right. Well, they may have said, let's pack it in and let him relax for the rest of the evening. And we'll try to get Eric on that, see what he can find out about Reed. Because he is not out there in his middle linebacker position. All right, so Chandler Law Firm, 1st and 10. Going to come quick out. Says it over his head. And that was close to being a backwards pass, but he was a yard step up on Wallace. So it falls incomplete.
And that was, that was not a backward pass.
So it'll be 2nd down and 10. Wallace runs to the sidelines to get the play, the second play. Here's this 4 spread to the left offense. They threw it to the, they're going to go deeper this time, or at least try.
He's got his man.
Let's see, did he catch that? I believe he did.
Yep.
Nice play. Aiken going to move the chains. Chandler Law Firm 1st and 10 as they come up to the 44-yard line. And Aiken has a little something going here to start the second half.
The Wallace had to make something happen there, so he kept the play rocking and rolling and found his man.
Chandler Law Firm, 1st and 10, 44-yard line. Back to pass, a little screen. Gets it to Green. Green covered this time.
Yep.
That went for big yardage the last time, and this time South Aiken covered it. Picked up 2 yards, 2nd down and 8.
But they're trying to do the right thing, trying to get back into the game. They're going to have to throw it.
I tell you, Wallace is going to sleep well tonight if he's having to run to the sidelines and get the play.
Yeah, Aiken is not in any hurry to get plays in and out and snapping the ball.
Rolling to his left. He's got some room to run, but closing fast.
Throw. Oh.
Threw it away. I think he thought he could run.
We had a man here.
and Tyler Laird just closed the door, and he threw it away. 3rd down and 8 coming up.
Boy, South Aiken likes their 80s music here. We got Joan Jett now.
Gotta love it. Ow. All right. Aiken gets their play. Back to pass. Here comes the pass rush. He's going to run up.
And he's
caught him by his jersey.
Whoa!
Oh, he threw the ball. He actually got the ball away.
Yeah.
I'm thinking he's past the line of scrimmage. I can't believe they didn't call that. He was a yard at least past the line of scrimmage, and I think the officials may have lost track of it. So it's going to be 4th and 1. And we'll have to go back to the Smitty replay on that. Did you see that? How did he get rid of that ball?
That was, I'm not ashamed to admit I'm a Green Bay Packers fan. That was very Favrean.
All right, big play, 4th down. Let's see if Aiken can pick it up. South Aiken trying to stop him here. Back to pass, going to throw a little screen to Green. Green wrapped up. He's not going to make it. He's going to lose yardage, and South Aiken will take over in their own territory at the 49-yard line. And South Aiken's defense comes up big.
That looked like it was going to go nowhere from the beginning. You know, and that was
he had to make somebody miss, and couldn't do that. All right, Chandler Law Firm, 1st and 10. South Aiken with the ball now for the first time in the 2nd half, and they lead 32-7. Back to pass, coming up on that bubble screen. This is Jesse Sanders. First time we've called his name tonight. He makes the catch, and he's up close to a 1st down. He'd be about a yard short. He's 2nd down and 1.
You know, for the most part, South Aiken, although they haven't needed to, throw it down the field a lot. You know, it's a lot of double screens and just little outs and things, and Chris Roberts, you know.
Yeah, they don't need a whole lot more than that.
No, they've been working. Speaking of Chris Roberts.
Here comes Roberts.
Speaking of Chris Roberts.
If he got to the outside, he'd been gone, but he had one man. He made the tackle. Not before he gets the 1st down to the 33-yard line. Move the change. Chandler Law Firm, 1st and 10. So South Aiken takes up where they left off. Moving the football.
Yep. Gliding the football. They were just gliding down the field.
They were getting 11, 12, 13 yards at a time. Now he looks back in the middle, going downfield. Jesse Sanders got it. Touchdown, T-Birds.
And there's the play that they threw long on. You know, going downfield. Everything else has been short. There's the one play.
33 yards, touchdown completion. Boynton to Sanders. They ran that play against Westside that got things opened up. And Sanders caught the ball in the middle, took it in for the touchdown. He does it here. Bigger spread tonight, 38-7. Sanders on to kick the point after. Marin Sanders
the other Sanders. And he missed it. Well, there's a flag. They did not ever signal whether it was good or not. And they may have blown it dead. Dead ball. Yep, South Aiken can work on the special teams. They've missed 3 extra points. Well, 2 extra points by kicking, 1 on a 2-point conversion. So they've left 3 points, and now they get a 5-yard penalty, and they'll have to kick again.
Pregame meal sponsors: Cedar Creek Church, Outback Steakhouse, Margo's Pizza.
And then we got some folks standing up. They're kind of gravitating toward the exits.
Kicks up, and this one is no good. Another missed extra point. The 3rd missed kick of the night to go with 1 2-point conversion. But South Aiken leads 38-7 over Aiken. We'll take a break and be right back.
Tyler's Tire and Auto Center, founded in 1963, family owned and operated for 50 years and dedicated to customer service with safety of your family, our top priority. Tyler's Tire is a full-service tire retail, tire repair, and automotive repair facility with ASC certified mechanics. Located in 2 locations, 1019 Richland Avenue West and 1518 Whiskey Road. Let our family take care of yours. Tyler's Tire and Auto Center.
South Aiken kicking away here. Pops it up, fielded, fair catch at the 27. And Aiken will put it in play again, see if they can get going. Here's an interesting score. Airport's up 42-7 on Midland Valley. And that's surprising, only that we thought Midland Valley might be able to play with Airport. And that makes me think maybe Airport is the 5th team in the region with North Augusta, Aiken, Midland Valley, and South Aiken. So will Airport put up a test for South Aiken and North Augusta?
And when is that
be
game?
Interesting. I'd have to look at the schedule. Not 100% sure, but interesting as we go down the road. That could be a game to watch.
They want to broaden the definition of success after high school to include a sustainable career with growth potential.
And Aiken will start to see what they can get accomplished tonight, work on some plays, because they have a chance to beat Midland Valley, and certainly may have a chance against Airport from what we'd seen earlier in the year.
We've got a false start.
I'm not sure the official didn't cause that with his whistle.
Yeah, right.
He blew the whistle and people jumped.
Scared him.
So no call. He sends them back. And it's Channel Law Firm 1st and 10. Handoff. Green looking for room. Gets across the 30-35 to the 36-yard line. And a good run for Jeremiah Green.
Broke some tackles, and you have to wonder if the fact that Reed Bolin was not there had to play a part in this run. Because you see slips through 2 of them.
Well, let's hope Reed's okay, because that'll be a tough break for South Aiken going forward. Their leader on defense. 2nd down and 2. Quick out. Comes inside, goes outside, and gets the first down across the 40 to the 41-yard line. Move the chains. Chandler Law Firm 1st and 10 for Aiken.
Again, when Aiken does move the ball, they really work hard to get it.
They do have to work hard. You're right about that.
The defense is really outstanding for South Aiken.
This is sort of similar to down there on the field level, not necessarily this game.
So empty backfield. Wallace at quarterback. Got 3 split wide to the left, 2 to the right.
Oh,
Drops back
the
into
blitz.
pressure, throws a sidearm pass.
Whoa.
Came up short of being intercepted.
By Pascal.
Pascal having quite a game. And now Wallace is down. We got a Aiken Regional Medical Center timeout on the field.
Injury timeout.
As Wallace shook up
something with his
after
ankle.
that play. He threw that sidearm and sort of exposed himself to the hit in his midsection.
Yeah, I wouldn't call that a late hit. It looked like the timing on it was pretty good.
No, he was on him. That was fine. He actually, the way they're treating that, it looks like a cramp. They work on his leg. All right, we got an injury timeout on the field. We'll take a break, and we'll be right back.
What's the foundation for a great community? I'd say it's being there for your neighbors during the best of times and the worst of times. We have a hospital that does just that. Aiken Regional Medical Centers provides over $72 million a year in uncompensated care for those in need. I call that neighbors caring for neighbors.
This is much nicer. All right, they're still attending to Wallace. They're going to help him up, and he'll get off the field. But that does look like cramps. We got our share of cramps last week, so we became experts in what cramps look like.
Right. No, we did. And I remember they used to, I don't know if they still do, some of the teams. I was at Eustis High School in Florida, and they had
pickle juice?
No, Pedialyte.
Pedialyte, I've heard of that too. Never had it.
Yep, kids drinking Pedialyte. That's what
So a new quarterback for Aiken, and that is number 11, DeAndre Bynum, who's been playing wide receiver all night, is now the quarterback. So Bynum gets his look.
And as he's out there, Wallace is over on the sidelines kind of running back and forth, kind of testing out the leg and stuff. We're going to see him back in the game.
So he picked up 3 on that carry. 3rd down. Back to pass. Going to rear back and throw it down the field. Got a man down there.
Oh,
he had a flag.
And we need to see the replay on that.
So we'll get a penalty, and Aiken will get the 1st down. Got there a little early.
Yeah, he did. Just a touch. But that's still getting there early.
That's right. So that'll move the football for Aiken over midfield into South Aiken territory. And they'll have a Chandler Law Firm 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. And they go behind the pole.
Hey, we could switch seats if you'd like.
No, we're fine. It gets tough over there too, doesn't it?
Just only when the teams get down here.
So Bynum tries to keep and hit hard as he got to the line of scrimmage. I think he lost at least a yard. So it'll be 3rd down and 11.
Following this play, the winning number.
2nd.
2nd down and 11. That's right. They got the 1st down on the penalty.
Yep.
The yard marker is behind the pole. That's my story.
Yep, there you go.
Dig into it.
Yep, that's exactly it. Well, let's see. Aiken got a little bit of a gift. They need to see if they can punch it in.
Two backs either side of Bynum. Fakes the handoff, going to try to get out, and he's sacked for a big loss. Back into Hornet territory at the 49-yard line.
And again, it's Garrett Pascal having a terrific game.
Pascal having a great night.
Interception, fumble recovery. Got a sack now.
3rd down and 20.
Take that ticket to the concession stand.
He's gonna sleep good tonight.
Well, this is where Aiken is in tough territory.
Yeah, this is.
Well, I believe that this is Wallace. No, that's 11. So I think they're going to call a timeout. We got a Bragg Heating Company timeout on the field. Aiken's going to talk about it. We'll take a break. We'll be right back.
Since 1970, Bragg Heating Company has been keeping Aiken and the surrounding communities comfortable. Our factory-trained staff can keep you on top of the latest in heating and cooling technology, and our complete metal shop allows us to make any specialty piece your home may need. We recommend the best systems for your home: Train, Carrier, Mitsubishi ductless, and Bosch geothermal systems. We accept most major credit cards and offer financing, so when you need your system maintained, repaired, or replaced, call Bragg Heating Company. We're here to make you comfortable.
All right, Aiken. And we keep talking about Aiken, slowing it down and talking about it. And let's face it, Aiken's not coming back to win this game. So work on the fundamentals. Try to get something out of this, because you'll have some games coming up here in the weeks ahead that Aiken can win. And that's Coach Montgomery trying to get that instilled in them. They're not losers. They're going to be winners. This is how you do it.
Now, they only played one region game. They couldn't they finish second and runner-up?
Sure, if they ran the table and could beat North Augusta, and that'd be tough. But the other teams, well, there's 4 region games. There's Midland Valley and Airport, along with Aiken and South Aiken and North Augusta.
Well, they had a long way to go, and
they're going to be short of the first down, but they're going to get across the 40. They're back into their territory. They had 20 yards to go. I think they picked up about 15 as we look at the Smitty. Did you see that replay?
That was a nice little play. They're one of the things they can work on. You know, they got the bubble screens have been working a little bit. The screens in general have worked at times.
Picked up 12 yards, 4th down and 8. Then, of course, they'll go for it. See what they can work out of this. Back to pass. Here comes the pass rush. Throws it up for grabs. Jump ball.
He got it.
He got it. And is he inbounds?
He's got it.
He's down close to the 10-yard line. Looks like they're going to mark him at the 11. And what a play. A little Hail Mary action there. And give Bynum credit for standing in there. He took a shot as he threw the ball.
Actually, that was Corey Wallace.
Was that Wallace?
Yes,
Wallace
I was just going to mention that. He was back in the game.
So he hung in there, waited to the last second, and got the ball downfield complete. And it's a Chandler Law Firm 1st and 10.
So they convert on that. It was 3rd and 20. I think that was going to be such a long, and you know, it's hard for anybody. 2 plays later, they got 1st down.
Well, that was a good-looking play. Ran to his right, threw the ball hard, didn't complete it, but put it in the area for his receiver to catch with some velocity on that ball.
Right.
There you see the scoreboard. 3:11 left to go in the 3rd quarter. South Aiken with the big lead. Nothing else. Aiken eating some of this clock. Keep it manageable. Don't want a Greenwood score, I'm sure. And here comes the blitz up the middle.
Ooh.
That's incomplete. It's threw it in the middle of the field. Couldn't hang on.
Almost thought that the South Aiken player got there a little early. Again.
3rd down, South Aiken fans.
That's the kicker, Austin McKay. Could not bring it in. So 3rd down. Three split wide to the left, 1 to the right. Man in the backfield next to Wallace. He's gotten back in the game after cramps. Throws this one corner in. Oh, that was one of those where I think the Aiken player played a little defense and broke up the pass. It looked like it was going to be possibly intercepted the way that ball was floating into the end zone.
And again, but the Aiken player did run underneath it too. He did have a chance of catching it.
He almost made the catch in front of him. That was McKay. He couldn't bring it down, so it's 4th down. And let's see what Aiken does here. Are they bringing the kicking team out?
I don't know.
I believe that's the kicking unit.
It is.
And McKay, who run off the field, maybe he had to go get a shoe or something. So this is going to be
see if they don't get
30 yards. Ooh, he nailed it. It looked good. It is good.
He's got it.
So McKay gets the 30-yard field goal, puts Aiken High into the double digits with 10. 38-10 is our score. 2:56 left to go in the 3rd quarter. We'll take a break and be right back.
The onside kick.
Come on in to Bargain Blocks Furniture, where we have 2 5-piece bedroom sets starting at only $576.
Take the rest.
Buy from the best.
Financing and layaway available. Bargain Blowouts Furniture and Mattress Superstore, next to the Aiken Hospital.
I've worked at our family's dealership for over 14 years, and I've watched how my dad treats his customers. I've seen them come back again and again because we treat them right. Now that I'm stepping up to be the general manager, I plan on carrying on that tradition, because treating people right sets Satcher apart from the competition. We know you're going to shop around, but remember, at Satcher Ford, you're always going to pay the prices you're quoted. No dock fees, no surprises. That's the way Dad does it. That's how I continue to do it.
Back at the stomping grounds, where South Aiken has pretty much been stomping the Fighting Green Hornets of Aiken High. But Aiken able to get down the field and pick up a field goal and make it 38-10. Now this is a little effort that could have been an onside kick of some sort. But South Aiken feels it, returns it to the 44-yard line.
That was Pascal again.
Pascal's doing everything.
He's filling in for Reed Bowen very well, even though they both are out there on the same time. But Pascal's having a heck of a game.
Sort of picking up where Bolin usually is the main attraction. He's having a good game. Chandler Law Firm, 1st and 10, 44-yard line. Here's Roberts. He moves the ball up to the 49-yard line, pick up 5 yards. And that's the thing Roberts does, is he picks up 5. It didn't look like he
No, it looked like it stopped right at the line. Yeah.
But 5 yards, 2nd down and 5 coming up. You can pick up 4 or 5 yards every time, you'll keep moving the chains. And goes back to him. Runs hard.
He's not going to get 4 or 5 this time.
He's getting.
Look, he's still going.
Running to the 31-yard line. What a run.
We got a flag.
And here come the flags.
Yep.
And one of the South Aiken offensive linemen took exception to the Aiken guys pushing his running back. So he may get one late. And they're going to pull all the players together and try to calm them down a little bit.
And here goes the ongoing 15-minute discussion now.
Whether they call unsportsmanlike on both of them or some of them. At any rate, Chris Roberts, another great run. He's having a good night. Don't know how many yards he has. Somehow find Eric Russell to send us a message. He's keeping up with it down there.
I'm going to guess he's well over 100.
I would guess that.
Question is, if South Aiken does get in the end zone here, and it looks like they're moving it pretty well, how long do you keep Roberts in the game for? Does he play in the 4th quarter at all?
Personal foul against South Aiken in Aiken High. They offset.
And since it was after the play.
And it's a dead ball foul. So, 31-yard line. The Aiken coaches came out on the field, and I think they explained that you got to stay away from that. And I'm sure South Aiken's coaches had some words for them too, as they're over here in front of the South Aiken bench. Now the officials have a little bit of a discussion with the players. I'm sure they're telling them we're going to start throwing people out of the game if you're not going to show a little sportsmanship. So get ready to see Chris Roberts again. And they looked like they moved. Then, nice defense and almost intended for Jesse Sanders. That was that little middle pass. He's going post and
that was
broke it up.
Nick White on the deflection, I believe. Number 6.
Good job by White. Get his hand on it. 2nd and 10.
Now let's say you go back to Chris Roberts there and see what happens. That was wrong.
You go to Kitchens, screen. And this is got a wall of blockers out there now. He went backwards.
Yep.
And he actually lost about 2 or 3 yards coming back to the 25. So he's going to be short of a first down. He would have been a little closer had he not walked us back as we watched the replay.
And that's where he goes.
If he goes straight ahead, he gets another 5 yards. Now a flag. And things have
deteriorated.
Slowly deteriorated. I'm not sure.
South Aiken.
So that was, while they're standing there, South Aiken's called timeout. Now the South Aiken coach is going to go out and have some words for his team, I'm sure of.
Yeah.
Show some class. Let's not get ridiculous here. And that's a little bit sad. Both teams getting chippy here, and no need to do that.
It is a rivalry.
It's a rivalry, but it's never good to have either team taking cheap shots, pushing each other around, saying things.
No.
Just get in there and act like you've been here before, which South Aiken has. They haven't been here before and beaten Aiken many times, and certainly by this kind of score. So you got to forget about that. Finish the game.
Right.
So the press box plays Sweet Caroline to get everybody in a happy mood.
Which I come from the Tampa area, and in between the 2nd and 3rd periods of the Tampa Bay Lightning hockey games, they will play this, and the whole crowd goes nuts for it.
It's become quite a hit here in his older age for Neil Diamond, a song that I played at some wedding receptions where the girl was named Caroline. That went over real good, real well. But now it's become sort of a stadium rock type of song. There's Sanders. Catch that's going to get him up close to the first down as he's inside the 25 to the 24.
It's 4th down, and we know South Aiken is not going to kick the field goal.
They need 3 yards for the first down.
I wonder what's coming.
I would guess they're going to throw a short pass and get the first down.
You think?
I think they won't run Roberts, I don't think. But I was wrong.
Of course, if you need 3 yards, give it to Chris Roberts.
And he is right at the first down marker. We'll see if that picked it up. The referee is standing behind, and I think he thinks it's good. And now he's going to come up and take a closer look and say it's a first down. So they move the chains. Chandler Law Firm, 1st and 10 for the T-Birds. And the clock rolls on. We'll have one more play, and we'll head to the 4th quarter. Good call.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you need 3 yards.
And now they need 20, and they might go to him again.
Why
and
not?
They do. And there he goes. And he stiff arms, goes over to the 10, down to the 8.
And he almost got that 20.
They'll stop the clock, but they'll rewind it, and that's going to be the final play of the third quarter. So South Aiken having it their way as we head to the fourth quarter. They lead 38-10 over Aiken High. They'll flip the sides of the field. South Aiken looking to salt this game away when we return in the Aiken Standard Game of the Week. South Aiken leads 38-10.
Here at Just Julie's, we aren't your typical sub shop. All of our meats and cheeses are cut fresh, and we have a wider variety of menu items. We're happy to create new items to suit your many desires, which means custom orders that you won't find anywhere else. We've been a part of the Aiken community for over 35 years, so come and see us for lunch or dinner. You won't be disappointed. Our sandwiches, salads, and customer service can't be beat. Just Julie's, Pine Log Road in the Staples Shopping Center across from Kroger.
Were you hurt on the job? Are you trying to keep your work comp payments? Do you feel like no one is listening? Your employer, the company doctor, the insurance company? Well, we're listening. Our workers' compensation team has helped hundreds of injured South Carolinians. Call us now and let us listen to you. For a free consultation, call 803-644-5335 or visit thechandlerlawfirm.com.
You can count on Chandler.
12 more minutes in this game. The fourth quarter getting ready to start. South Aiken on top 38-10. They have the ball. And it'll be Chandler Law Firm first and goal at the 9-yard line as they try to put this one away. If it's not already put away.
Yeah, you said it was they were going to salt it away. It's pretty well salted right now.
Bring a man in motion, jet sweep. Going to get outside, looking for that goal line, dives, and he's in. Touchdown, South Aiken. That was Patterson, I believe.
Yep,
Patterson takes it the final 9 yards, and South Aiken goes into the 40s. And I got to believe they're looking for the 50s tonight.
Yeah. Although don't get too greedy. You got some big games down the road. They got to play North Augusta, right, later on?
Oh yeah.
So that's going to be a huge game, and maybe kind of rest some of your guys. You already lost Reed Boland for the night.
Kicks up, kicks good. South Aiken leads 45-10, and now we got a whistle on the field, and
of course we do.
It's a late flag. He must follow us around. Kick is good.
We had a bunch last week. Hey, at least we didn't have lightning. No lightning delay this week.
No lightning delays. All right. Kick's good. They'll talk it over. We'll take a break. We'll be back on the Aiken Standard Game of the Week.
What's the foundation for a great community? I'd say it's being there for your neighbors during the best of times and the worst of times. We have a hospital that does just that. Aiken Regional Medical Centers provides over $72 million a year in uncompensated care for those in need. I call that neighbors caring for neighbors.
The penalty was another personal foul against South Aiken. They can work on extra points and personal fouls because they have gotten a slew of penalties tonight, personal foul-wise, and there's just no excuse in it, and that's going to come back and haunt you. Well, now they're going to walk this one off against Aiken. So Aiken's also had their share, too, in both schools. Yeah, they're better than that. They don't need to have these personal fouls. Sometimes that happens in the course of a game. You're playing football, you're hitting each other.
Right.
That's going to happen, but just over and over and over again. Come on.
There's time to say when you gotta settle down. Right now, there's no need for it. The game is well out of hand. on both sides. You know, I mean, if you have the lead or you're down that many points, there's no reason to be doing that.
That's right. Again, both sides have had plenty of penalties against their on personal foul penalties, but you can control those things.
Right.
And I'm sure that'll be something that both coaches will work on over the week. Can't be doing that. It's going to cost you a game sooner or later. All right, there's a long kick that's going to go soaring through the end zone. That's what happens when you get a 15-yard penalty. So Aiken will start on the 20-yard line. Chandler Law Firm 1st and 10 at the 20. They took 7 seconds off the clock on that one play. So the fourth quarter will start in earnest here. North Augusta now at 34-7 over Low Richland, so they're pouring it on.
Well, yeah, they took command there.
Wagner Sally got on the board with a safety. They trail 16-2. That's
still in the second or in the third?
In the third.
Okay.
Now Wallace going to get a big gain out to the 34-yard line. He runs out of bounds. He'll move the chains. Chandler Law Firm 1st and 10 for Aiken High.
You have to appreciate Corey Wallace. He's not giving up. He's not folding it in.
No, he had the cramps, but there he is, running hard, making a play for his team. And he'll be better for that. And that's where Aiken is. Just make some plays here at the end. If they can put another touchdown on the board, all the more better. That'll come back and help you somewhere down the road. And it runs the clock. Green finds very little room. He's going to gain a yard. It's going to be 2nd down and 9.
So now the big question for South Aiken next week is, do they get Reed Bolin back or not? Because you can tell it's a little bit of a difference when you have when he's out of the game.
He's definitely the leader on defense. He plays special teams, makes plays.
Although
it'd be a shame if the injury is on a special teams play.
Although Garrett Pascal has picked up the slack, and there he is right there, just as I said it.
A nice play, good pass.
Yep.
And that's going to pick up a 1st down as they move to the 45-yard line. So a nice play by Wallace. Running to his left, throws it, and hits his man. And that's number 24, Jabarrett Corley, who's made a couple of nice catches tonight. So good play for Aiken as they are up to the 45-yard line. Drops back.
Nope.
Incomplete. Little slant. Can't get his man. 2nd down and 10. Final score tonight, Fox Creek wins 35-6. No surprise there. They would handle that one fairly easily over C.A. Johnson. And that is proof that Eric Russell is alive and well.
Nope, just setting up that screen. But that's cornered up.
Got him by the ankle, wouldn't let him go. He's going to lose a yard. 3rd down and 11. And another good play by South Aiken.
Linebacker shot through there.
Didn't get the number, but nice play.
And who's this? He's hurt.
Looks like Green hurt his hand.
They'll hit some home runs.
3rd and 11. Wallace at quarterback. Pass rush.
Oh, he fumbled. I thought he did.
I think he flipped the ball.
Did he flip it? Look, I thought I saw the ball rolling on the ground.
I think he flipped it to Green. Green picked up a couple yards.
Let's see.
Give him 2, 4th down and 9.
No, he fumbled it. He completely dropped it.
And Green picked it up.
I thought I saw it rattling around out down there.
So Green made something out of nothing. Still going to be 4th and long here. And that's where the Smitty, did you see that replay, pays off. We went back and saw it. Aiken needs a long 8 yards. Went down the field over everybody's head, looking for Bynum. Incomplete. South Aiken takes over on downs. Be a Chandler Law Firm 1st and 10. And they'll be looking for 50. We'll see if we get to see some backups here in the game.
Yeah,
Roberts is still out there.
I see Chris Roberts out there. I see Kitchings and Patterson.
That's a new quarterback. Gonna keep and run right up the middle.
Yep.
Now, I think it's Jesse Sanders who plays wide receiver. He is the backup quarterback. So Jesse is now going to play a little quarterback. He picks up 7 yards. We'll give him 8 because that's his new position. 2nd down and 2. Quick pass out here.
Patterson.
Patterson breaks a tackle.
Oh, nice move.
And gets to the 15, down to the 14-yard line. Drop. Patterson really made a nice move in
yes, he did.
Open field. We'll have to look at the Lionel Smith Limited instant replay because that was nice. As we go right there.
It's actually a defensive lineman that brought him down.
And there goes Ryans. Touchdown. Ryans gets in on the board. Another touchdown for South Aiken. The T-Reds go up 51-10.
And that drive took 45 seconds.
And the route is on. Extra point try's been an adventure. Now this is a trick play. And I think Sanders is going to try to throw it. He's intercepted. And you can't run it back in high school football. That would have been fun. But it doesn't come to anything. And the adventures on extra points continues for South Aiken.
And come on, you wanted to see it because the big guy was, he was going to take it. You don't get that very often.
That's their 5th missed extra point tonight. So not good. Something else for Coach Hamilton to work on. 51-10, though. Got to feel good about that if you're South Aiken, as they're having their way against their arch rivals, Aiken High School, as we have 6:30 left to go in this game. So Sanders has at least one pass, and it goes for an interception. That's Sanders. That's the kicker Sanders now. That's Marin Sanders.
Oh, okay.
As opposed to Jesse Sanders.
I was going to say Jesse does have a completion.
Oh yeah, but Jesse had a nice run from the quarterback.
Jesse caught a couple of passes too earlier.
And a touchdown at that.
Oh yeah.
Lots of game balls to pass around for South Aiken.
Yeah, well, if I have pass out one already, it'd be Garrett Pascal. He's been all over the place.
Yeah, defensively, he's picking up where Bolin left off. And again, Reed Bolin injured himself on a play on a kickoff, and it was the shame of it is it was a kick that was out of the end zone. It was like 10 yards out of the end zone because a 15-yard penalty gave him a short field.
Right.
And he was running down the field and got hit. And he took the rest of the night off, and we just hope that it's nothing too bad.
Something that Eric can follow up with with the coach tonight, and then maybe follow up on next week.
Green's still running hard. He ran hard on that play and only gets to the 14 to show for it, but he's had a tough night, but he's run hard. There you see, got the clock running.
I think there's a running clock now.
Drop back, gonna throw it up for grabs. And this,
there's gonna be a flag.
I believe that's offensive pass interference. Yeah. It was a push off Aiken High, trying to get some separation down the field.
We are indeed at a running clock.
No, the referee called it against South Aiken. So.
Yeah, well, he pushed him.
Let's take a look at this. Got hit as he let loose.
Right there, he pushed him.
That was actually the offensive player that pushed him.
Was it?
Yeah. So that's okay. It's interference either way, and they'll move the ball for Aiken, and it'll be a Chandler Law Firm 1st and 10.
Throws that one away.
Gets that one over the Aiken bench. Incomplete. 2nd down and 10.
And of course, you're battling the pole again.
That's right. And you're right, they're running the clock as they go ahead and run this one off. Which I would think at this point is the right thing to do.
Yep.
Rolls to his right, got a man wide open in the middle of the field, gets him, gets complete, runs hard, going to be a 1st down midfield. So they'll move the chains. Chandler Law Firm 1st and 10. Another good catch that time by number 24. That's Corley. He's had a pretty good night. He's made several catches.
Yep. There's some flashes there for Aiken that show some promise. It's just that South Aiken's just got too much.
Another 1st and 10. Picks it up off the ground, throws quickly on a slant. Another 1st down coming here as they get the ball to the 35 of South Aiken. Now Aiken moving on down the field. They'll just keep the clock running.
Aiken can try and get one more touchdown before the clock runs out. The
pass was complete to Stavon Porter.
The running clock runs out, I should say.
Here comes Green, hit hard. Still passing some hard licks out there, isn't it?
Oh,
nobody's just giving it to him.
I haven't noticed if this is the regular South Aiken defense or if it's if they've made some changes.
Picked up 2 yards, 2nd down and 8 coming up.
I still see Garrett Pascal out there. He's not going to give up. The coach probably wanted to pull him out, and he said, "No, I'm having too good a game, coach."
Oop, that was a blast coming, and Green got away. Give Green credit. He worked hard, stayed on his feet, got back almost to the original line of scrimmage. He's going to lose maybe 3 yards, but I'll tell you what, he was headed to getting a pop.
And he's hurt now.
Right there, they were coming for him. And I imagine he's exhausted as we've got a Aiken Regional Medical Center timeout on the field, and I'd imagine Jeremiah Green is just pooped at this point as they come over and see about him. 1:09 left to go in the ball game as they attend to it. And while we've got a player down, we'll take a break. We'll be right back.
Whether you volunteer your time, make a donation, or both, giving back to our community is what makes Aiken so strong. It's the spirit of a great city. Each year, Aiken Regional employees donate thousands of man-hours and dollars to local charities and nonprofits, and the hospital sets aside $100,000 as well. We're committed to giving back and paying it forward.
And we thank Aiken Regional Medical Center for sponsoring the injury timeouts, and we're glad to tell you that Jeremiah Green got up and walked off, and he was fine. All right, Aiken facing 3rd down and 11 here.
And a ticking 45 seconds.
Running for his life.
Oh, interception.
Intercepted by South Aiken.
Oh, wait a minute.
Flips it up in the air. Now we got a...
Oh, we got flags all over.
So this is coming back.
Yeah.
No, that's a forward lateral there.
Yeah.
They can't do that. And here comes another flag. So this is coming back. He can run all he wants to, but that's Trey Thomas. And he gets in to the end zone, but that won't count. They got a forward lateral to Thomas, so that was about a 33, and but don't know how many pushes in the back we had after that.
You know what it did do? It did shave off about 30 seconds off the clock with all the running
actually,
around.
Actually, that was a forward lateral right there.
That's probably what they call.
That's the first forward lateral, and here comes another one. Well, it's might as well have fun and get the game over with because the clock kept running. And they flip it. And actually, they could just go ahead and run it off, and we'd all be done.
See, that's how this stuff happens.
And so it comes back. And I would say that Aiken probably says that's enough of that. They ought to run the clock off and just say it's a game. I guess they'll come back and run one more play. Got a running clock anyway, so. And they run the clock. So that'll be it.
There you go. They don't even have to
So
snap
the final
ball.
seconds will tick off. What a win for South Aiken High School as they drub Aiken High 51-10 in a game where South Aiken wasn't particularly pretty all the time. They've got some things to work on. Missed a bunch of extra points. Got a bunch of personal fouls. Had an adventure there at the end on a forward lateral fest. But they come out on top, 51-10. And Aiken will live for another day and try to get better. And they've still got Midland Valley and Airport coming up, as well as North Augusta.
You know, it was a game that was a rivalry game at South Aiken was just a little way too much. And it started right from the start with the opening kickoff and returning out all the way for a touchdown. What was that, 92 yards?
92 yards.
So they set the tone right off the bat from the first play, 13 seconds into the game. So
yeah, you're right. It's been so long ago, it seems like we've forgotten the fact that Kitchens opened the whole thing up with that 92-yard kickoff return. And then South Aiken recovered a fumble.
No, Pascal got his interception.
Pascal got the interception, and they ended up on the first play throwing in an end zone wide open touchdown, but it got called back. Aiken did stop them after that and made South Aiken punt, so it was 6-0. But then the race was on after that.
Yeah, it didn't take long after that and stuff. Yeah, it's been fun.
But Aiken played tough. Aiken hung in there. They didn't quit. they should be proud of themselves for that. And like I said, they'll get better and they'll go out and get ready to play another region game and see if they can get that first win on the season.
Now this is interesting. The school and the players and the student body.
Oh yeah, this is a tradition. They're just holding them back to get Aiken off the field and out of the way, which is a good thing. You don't need that going on.
Why do I feel that there's going to be students hurt in there somewhere?
All right. So there's the South Aiken celebration. They get a big win and they'll go on to next week. We'll take a break and we'll come back and hopefully Eric will find Coach Hamilton in the sea of people and get him over to the sides, and we'll talk to him as we wrap up another Aiken Standard Game of the Week.
Come on in to Bargain Blowout Furniture where we have recliners starting at $199.
Take the rest.
Buy from the best.
Financing and layaway available. Bargain Blowouts Furniture and Mattress Superstore next to the Aiken Hospital.
I've worked at our family's dealership for over 14 years, and I've watched how my dad treats his customers. I've seen them come back again and again because we treat them right. Now that I'm stepping up to be the general manager, I plan on carrying on that tradition because treating people right sets Satcher apart from the competition. We know you're going to shop around, but remember, at Satcher Ford, you're always going to pay the prices you're quoted. No dock fees, no surprises. That's the way Dad does it. That's how I'll continue to do it.
At Lionel Smith Limited, we can help you look your best no matter what the season. For fall and winter of 2017, we have the area's best collection of suits and sports jackets, a huge selection of those famous hand-picked Smitty ties, unique sportswear, outerwear, sweaters, made-to-measure shirts, suits and coats, socks, underwear, and lots more. New merchandise is arriving daily, so to see all the latest in men's fashions, see us at Lionel Smith Limited. Lionel Smith, limited to only the finest in men's clothing.
I thought I'd see Eric in the mix of people over here, but...
All right, the celebration continues. Aiken is a winner. Aiken is a winner. South Aiken is a winner, 51-10. A little bit of revenge for years gone past, but I know that overall, when you're in a series like this, you can win one and win it big, but I don't know. That's one of those things that sticks in the craw of your rival, and
they'll
you never know
it.
what you'll get next year. But Aiken has won 2 years in a row. I think they've won 3 out of the last 4 out of the last 5, something like South Aiken has. So,
and of course next year will be at Aiken, so it'll be over there, and I'm sure some of the juniors and sophomores on the Aiken team they'll remember this.
Oh yeah.
And then try to win one for the seniors that went out this year.
All right, as we wait for Eric, find out where Eric may be. This is sort of like, where in the world is Eric?
And he's not wearing the Where's Waldo shirt, so we can't find it. He's in the mix of the...
We'll give you some scores. We know Fox Creek won 35-6. And a game that we expected that to happen for Fox Creek. Fox Creek was playing, look it up, C.A. Johnson. So that was a good win for Fox Creek. Rich Spring Minetta was up 27-0 over Denmark, so it looks like they're going to cruise. Williston was up 16-2. The last score we saw over Wagner. They're playing at Wagner, so Wagner got a road to come back on that. Airport was leading Midland Valley 42-7. Barnwell was up 49-0 at one point. Bamberg was up 10-0 over Silver Bluff, and we haven't gotten an update on that. Strom Thurmond was up 10-0 as well over Edisto, and no update of that score. We know that North Augusta was up 42-7 over Lower Richland, so they're rolling on to a big win tonight as well in conference. So Airport looks to be a big winner tonight. Airport, North Augusta, South Aiken, and in the region play, even though North Augusta's game is not a region, doesn't count in the region. They only have 4 games.
Right. So you actually have Airport in North Augusta next week as the game of the week?
That's right. Next week we will go to North Augusta. Airport will be visiting, and we'll just see just how good that Airport team is. They'll have their work cut out for them, and that'll be your first trip to North Augusta.
Oh, really? Am I going to North Augusta?
I would assume you're going. You might as well. I mean, Ken may be back. I assume Ken's coming back. Ken, again, was on assignment in Oregon last week, and as far as I know, he is somewhere between Oregon and here. So that's good.
Say Wichita.
We do expect him back, but you should come over and see the North Augusta field. The
I do need to see that.
Is an impressive place. They've got the turf.
Oh, okay.
So it's a nice grass field. And we're still looking for Eric as we stretch things out.
As we still look for Eric, keep in mind you can pick up all the scores, results, and everything on aikenstandard.com and or the Aiken Standard newspaper.
That's right. Go out tomorrow morning and read all about it. We'll have all the updates and the scores of tonight's ball games. And you want to pick up Sundays for continuation of coverage of high school football. We'll have game balls given out to the stars of the week. And the polls come out on Monday and Tuesday. So that's what you have to look for. Make sure you pick up your Aiken Standard.
Aiken could be, or South Aiken could be moving up.
South Aiken, Barnwell, certainly North Augusta. Yeah. All of those teams looking very good tonight. And Williston Elko will be starting to make some noise if they hold that lead against Wagner Sally.
Yeah. They were what, 3 and what are they? Were they 2-2 last week? 3-2. Now they'd be 4-2 if they hang on.
If they hang on to that, and that's an impressive win over an undefeated Wagner Sally team.
Right. And it's at Wagner Sally. So.
Eric seems to be delayed as they're taking pictures of the team in memory of the big win tonight. And I'll tell you what, it's after 10 o'clock, quarter after 10. Let's just wrap things up. We'll find out from Eric later. Check the Aiken Standard. Go to aikenstandard.com tonight.
Yep.
Pick up your paper in the morning, and he'll have some quotes and the story as to what Coach Hamilton's thoughts were after the game. But that's going to do it from the stomping grounds on the campus of South Aiken High School. The final score tonight, South Aiken wins 51-10. For Mike Harris.
Thanks, I appreciate it. It was great. It was good stuff today.
For Eric Russell on the sidelines. For James Dean and the truck, our director, I'm Ed Gerardo. Thank you for joining us tonight. We'll see you next week from North Augusta for Airport in North Augusta. Until then, good night, everybody.